they face. As Mr. Penny would say, we are tired of the promises. We are tired of the fancy documents. Let's get some action now. Madam Speaker, in closing, I want to thank the people of Westmoreland Western for doing their best, one day at a time, every day just trying to make it happen. I am proud of them. In their darkest hour, in their moments of questioning why Westmoreland, they still fight to keep hope alive. For those of you in Western Westmoreland who are still without a roof and are trying to rebuild, I know you are trying. Keep that hope alive, knowing that this member of parliament, your member of parliament, will continue to fight on your behalf, whether you voted PNP or JLP. Because in the end, whichever track you're on, we all say, Jamaica, land of our birth. Thank you, Madam.
My God, that was a powerful address from Mr. Ian Yales. Heartwarming, God at the center of it. Brilliant. Like and share, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, boy, you know, there's a clear distinction. When you look upon the People's National Party and the way how them go about things, you know. BOLO V&R 2.0, big up on yourself, welcome to the platform. You know, I have to go live for Isaac, you know. Isaac's speech, you know. Yeah, man, we can't do it on one platform alone. Isaac's speech too powerful. You know, say I come with the heat, you know, because you know a theme slogan that bring the heat. Right, my side?
Member from Portland Eastern.
That's the wrong photo. It's the wrong photo. It's the wrong one. It's the wrong photo.
Member from Portland Eastern, you're saying that's the wrong photo?
Like and share the video, guys.
Okay.
It's fine, Madam Speaker. I can proceed without it. Madam Speaker, permit me to speak from my seat as you know.
Permission granted.
Madam Speaker, before you start the clock, my father, Mandy Augustus, Big Youth Buchanan, OD, is here. A man that gave up, he never gave up on his son. My intention today is to make him proud. It took great negotiation skills to get him here, for he's a friend of your husband. But his presence is proof he never wasted his love money. And my legal team, Alexandra, Iqbal, and John Clark, we did it. Big Youth is here. Permit me to thank the people of Portland Eastern, my extended family, for a resounding victory and giving me the mandate and honor of representing them.
Gallery, no noise in
and
the gallery.
If I don't say Miss Monica, Miss Vivian, Miss Cherry, and Angie, I will have no redress. For surely the Port Antonio police will not take my report against them individually or collectively, for they too are afraid of them. The crime, Madam Speaker, is unconditional love.
Again, no clapping in the gallery.
It doesn't stop there. Madam Speaker, proof that family, wherever they are, is the foundation of any individual. Miss Barbara and Cass are reflections of my mother, the Reverend Dr. Joan Porteous. They have made my transition to East Portland.
You can share up the live, ladies and gentlemen,
and I thank
please.
Them. I thank my team and recognize councillors
Buchanan speaking right now.
As we celebrate 40 unbroken years of holding Port Antonio and Prospect Division. The students of Titchfield High who are in the gallery, I recognize you, one Titch. And Madam Speaker, you might not know it, but I won Mr. Law many years ago. And Mr. Titchfield is here. He intends to be a member of Parliament one day. I recognize you. I thank my leader, the leader of opposition, the Honorable Mark Golding, for he represents access, opportunity, and vision for the youth of this country to become the best versions of themselves. Together with my colleagues in the shadow cabinet, for the confidence reposed in me. Dr. Fenton Ferguson, my mentor and advisor, who is here today, may I acknowledge him. I also acknowledge the public servants in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, in the Ministry of Justice with responsibility for constitutional affairs, and the many teachers, guidance counselors, deans of discipline, social workers, child care officers and youth workers who hold the line every single day, often without thanks and frequently without the tools to do the job. I will take the time to thank Mr. Dayton Campbell, who has ditched the doctor title for big man ball game. Colleagues, not the desk for him. For he has found a wife, and that is good. Madam Speaker, this is not a pitch to regain my time, which I would have lost, or if I lose it from disorder in the House. But I thank you for representing images of black excellence and invite you to protect me from my colleagues on the other side, who may forget that the basic human decency is owed to me, and they ought to simply listen to the wealth of knowledge and information I intend to share, as they may miss the context. Should they misbehave and cause you to intervene, as you are the umpire of fairness in this honorable House. And cause you to intervene, as you are the umpire of fairness in this honorable House. Authority for my request is grounded in Standing Orders 40A and B. And I also seek your permission to speak the Jamaican language as it may flow naturally as I embark on a topic that I'm passionate about.
And same.
And finally, Madam Speaker.
Hold on, thank you for that. If you are asking that a motion be moved, I so do move to allow the member to speak in a local dialect from time to time in his presentation. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. Have you ensured that you have not robbed him of any time? Okay.
Please give me back my 2 minutes. And finally, Madam Speaker, before I officially begin, I have only one complaint to make against the Honorable Prime Minister today. He simply cannot be going around identifying himself as a German fan, after I have invited members of the House, including the leader of opposition, to do the right thing and be a wagonist while he still can. He's representing Brazil. That's his team. But we're asking him to be a wagonist. So please, he's not here today. But I don't know which standing order that is, but permit me, protect me. Thank you. And lastly, we are guided by a noted gospel artist. Be guided by a noted gospel artist in your ruling today. Jesus is the only king for life. We are explode like dynamite. Thank you. Madam Speaker, context matters. The government has presented its record. It is the duty of Her Majesty's, forgive me, His Majesty's loyal opposition, not merely to applaud the announcements, but to ask the harder questions behind the launches, the ribbon cuttings, the impressive sounding totals. Are children safer? Are they learning? Are they working? Are they being prepared to be a citizen of a free and sovereign republic? On the evidence, much of it the government's own, the answer is not yet and not nearly fast enough. I make this contribution in the spirit of opposition that this House should aspire to. Not opposition for its own sake, but opposition that holds government to account, offers a credible alternative, and stands ready to partner where the national interest demands. It's nowhere is that readiness more important than on the road to republic, to which I will come to. Madam Speaker, there's a gap between the announcement and the child. The government speaks of transformation, but transformation is not measured in press conferences. It is not measured in the life. It is measured in the life of a child. And by that measure, too many of our children are being left behind in plain sight. We use the government's own figures because they are the most damning witnesses of all. Violence in our schools. The government-owned critical incident reports recorded 55 critical incidents in our schools across a single reporting year. Gang violence, stabbings, robberies, and attempted abduction and sexual assault. By the government's own arithmetic, with 190 school days in the year, that is a critical incident in our education system, roughly every 3.5 school days. The minister called it, and I quote her, utter madness. Madam Speaker, I agree, but naming the madness is not the same as ending it.
Yes.
We are told school resource officers no longer operate physically from our schools, and we are told of frameworks of behavior support teams, of restorative practice memoranda. These are not worthless, but a framework is not a presence, and a memorandum has never stopped a knife. The opposition asks simple questions as parents ask. When my child walks through that gate, who is responsible for her safety, and are they actually there? Violence in our schools is the overflow of violence in our communities and in too many of our homes. The opposition accepts the minister's point that this is a shared national responsibility, but sharing responsibility cannot become a way of escaping it. The state has levers no household has. Properly staffed guidance and dean of discipline establishments in every school that needs them, functioning monitored CCTV, not a tender perpetually about to go out, and a justice and social protection system that intervenes early before the funeral and not after.
My God.
A child protection emergency. Madam Speaker, let this House sit with one number. In a single year, the Child Protection and Family Service Agency received over 13,500 reports concerning our children. More than 6,300 of them distress calls to the 211 hotline. Behind the categories sexual abuse, physical abuse, neglect, emotional abuse, child trafficking are real Jamaican children.
What?
The minister said she wanted Jamaicans to be appalled by the number. Madam Speaker, we are. The question is what the state or what will the state do with this appallment?
Yeah.
Yes, the 211 line exists and it should be commended and publicized. Yes, therapeutic centers have been opened at Maxfield Park and Windsor and a sensory room at Muirton Boys Home. But a handful of centers serving a few hundred children cannot be the national answer to 13,000 cries for help.
That's right.
The opposition wants to know how many of those 13,531 reports were investigated to conclusion, how many children were actually removed from danger, how long is the wait for a child protection investigator, a clinical social worker, or a place of safety. The dignity of a child is not honored by the building we open, it is honored by whether the child is in fact protected. The government's own indicators tell a story about literacy at the grade 4 levels, and it stands at 68%, numeracy at 64%. At the secondary level, the pass rate in CSEC mathematics is reported at 41.6%. Madam Speaker, that means roughly 1 in 3 of our children cannot read with confidence at grade 4.
Wow.
And well over half are leaving the secondary system without a pass in a single subject most tied to employment and to the STEM's future. This government says it wants. So we cannot declare ourselves a STEM island while the foundation is this fragile.
Thank you.
This is where youth policy and constitutional principle meet. The opposition has long argued and has been prepared to argue in the courts that access to publicly funded early childhood education is not a luxury, but ration, but a foundation to be guaranteed. 80% of our early childhood institutions are privately run. The brain is built before age 5. If we are serious about literacy at grade 4, we must be serious about the 3-year-old today. The opposition will press for a clear funded pathway to train teachers in every early childhood institution, not as an aspiration over the period of the transformation, but on a timetable this House can hold the government to. The unattached and the unemployed. Madam Speaker, the government celebrates a low national unemployment rate, but the headline hides the young person. Youth unemployment remains roughly 3 times the national rate, and the figure does not capture our gravest problem. The unattached young people those not in education, employment, or training, who drift between the corner and the gang. 9 youth innovation centers is a start, but the government's own stated aim is 1 per parish, and that promise is not yet kept. A recording studio in 1 parish is welcome, but it is not a national youth employment strategy. The opposition test is simple. Does the young man in Manchaniel, the young woman in Granville, have a real reachable route from where they are to a job, a skill, or a business of their own? This requires that heart trust training match to where the jobs actually are. It requires entrepreneurship, support that reaches the unattached, not only the already ambitious. And it requires us to stop treating youth crime purely as a policing problem when it is at its root an opportunity problem. True. We must recognize that the government reports that 275 special needs students benefited from shadow, special education assistance support, and that 230 new shadows were trained. Madam Speaker, set those numbers against the need and they are plainly inadequate.
Very inadequate.
Parents of children with disabilities have been left to plead publicly for support that should be a right.
Yes.
The Promise Diagnostic Center at Case has slipped repeatedly. Every Jamaican child is entitled to be seen, assessed, and taught. The opposition will keep the government to the timeline, that diagnostic center, and on a proper national establishment of special education assistance. We will also monitor the child in state care and the process of leaving to ensure that they don't vanish from state view the day they turn 18. The opposition's alternative. So that we are not accused of criticism without construction, the opposition commits to advancing the following: to supporting the government where it moves in the direction. 1, safety first, a guidance counselor and dean of discipline establishment matched to enrollment in every school that needs it, and a real monitored timeline for school CCTV. Protection that works. Publication of how many child abuse reports are investigated to conclusion, and a funded plan to clear the backlog of children awaiting placement and clinical care. Foundations, a dated fund path to a trained teacher in every childhood institution. Opportunity, a youth employment and unattached youth strategy with a youth innovation center in every parish, and skills training matched to actual labor market demand. Mr. Speaker, the social space presents opportunity for the youth to monetize time, effort, and self-employment. My guest who has found a space on TikTok, Miss June Rosalie Dixon, is evidence of industry. In Portland Eastern, we have launched the Digital Economy Education Program, DEEP, overseen by our very own Ainsworth Edmond. For anyone who has criticized my presence on social media, I say my leader has assigned me to uplift the youth of the nation and meet them at every level in every space. This program addresses the importance of social media and becoming content creators rather than consumers in the space. I invite my colleagues to replicate the initiative if they are so minded. Inclusion means a proper national establishment.
Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you.
And delivery of the long promised diagnostic center. Aftercare, it means that a guarantee that no young person exits state care into homelessness, with transparent annual reporting on their housing and unemployment outcomes. I turn to constitutional affairs, the road to republic and the road not yet taken. Madam Speaker, let me begin with agreement, because on this subject, agreement is not weakness. It is the only currency that can actually change the Constitution. The opposition supports Jamaica becoming a republic. We support removing the British monarch as our head of state and replacing the King of Jamaica with a Jamaican of no divided loyalties. on the principle of patriating our highest law, of enacting for the first time a constitution by us, for us, and made for us. There is no quarrel between the sides of this house. And our agreement is not abstract. The government's own record shows that the Constitutional Reform Committee reached consensus on the two foundational questions. That is the abolition of monarchy and the repatriation of our Constitution. And the term, we have adopted the term Jamaicanizing, first raised in the 1995 report of the Joint Select Committee on Constitutional and Electoral Reform, to describe a supreme law passed by our own parliament and approved by our own people, rather than left as a schedule to a British ordering council. The opposition named its members to that committee, and they sat in good faith and in detail from the very first meeting. So let no one in this house suggest that the opposition came late or grudgingly to the table of the Republic. Where the government has stumbled though, the quarrel is about how and about how much. The government chose a phased approach that would remove the king but leave us in the same breath. Still traveling to London, to the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council for final justice. I'm not sure if the Minister of Justice appeared before the King's Council before, and I did some research, but not so. The opposition's position, stated plainly by our leader, is that it should be two instead of one. Well, that time has come for all decolonization, to free ourselves of the crown while keeping a British court as our court of last resort, is to change the symbol and keep the substance. The government answers that final court is contentious, that it belongs in a later phase, and that the people should decide it by referendum. The Justice Minister has urged us, in effect, to get it done, to start with what is agreed and debate the court afterwards. Mr. Speaker, the opposition understands that argument, but we simply did not accept that. A nation should be asked to complete its independence in installments, deferring the most practical act of sovereignty, control of our own final justice, to a phase that may never come. Phase 2 is where good intentions go to wait. Madam Speaker, the matter has compounded the matter, because this very House passed an amendment under Section 96(1) and 121, an act to extend the tenure of the DPP and the Auditor General. And it gave no consultation to the very committee it created. It was Dr. Lloyd Barnett who had to ask for a special meeting to air it. And this is a matter of courtesy. So if the government will not extend the courtesy of consultation on an ordinary amendment, it had the votes to pass alone, how is this House and how are the people of Jamaica to trust its good faith on deeply entrenched questions?
Exactly.
It cannot pass alone.
Exactly. Talk up, Isaac.
Well, Mr. Speaker,
Talk
there is a new arithmetic of this parliament. Enough over here. So your 2/3 majority cannot be done without us. Let that sink in. You have to deal with us as a matter of necessity. So that is why the opposition has insisted that this work resumes where serious constitutional work has always succeeded. Leader to leader at Vale Royal. And not delegated as though were a routine department business left to the Minister of Justice to just deal with it
disrespect
and get on with it.
Yes.
The Constitution is much more important than that.
Yes.
On the issue of the final court, well, the opposition makes 2 points. First, this is not at its heart about the Privy Council versus the Caribbean Court of Justice as institutions. Both courts I have appeared in, Minister of Justice. Now, today the litigant who cannot afford London is in practice shut out of his own final court, severing the appeal to the Privy Council and vesting final appellate
TikTok it
jurisdiction
too
in
hot
the
when we put on
Caribbean
a
court.
dark shirt.
A
Right?
court
El
substantially
Nino go on
funded, staffed,
wicked.
and led
Nah,
by the
tell no lie.
region.
Daytime.
Is that act
So now
that
rough it
brings
out
the
in our comment
highest court
section.
within reach of the average
I'm put this up in
citizen.
that ear some
And I
more.
will just say humbly, decolonization that
best
does
that we
not
can
reach
do.
the poor is decoration. I'm going to repeat for emphasis. Decolonization that does not reach the poor is decoration. Let that sink in. And the Privy Council has given guidance in the Independent Jamaica Council for Human Rights case. We can do it without bringing it to a referendum, but it takes courage. And we were all voted for and put into this house. We should exercise that courage, grow some cojones, and do what we're to do in this house.
Yes, that's right.
And, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I am not picking on the Minister of Justice, but he did say no human rights problem. And the record answers the Minister. Mr. Speaker, during the very debate, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs declared, answering my colleague, the opposition spokesperson on justice, that Jamaica does not, and I hope will never have, a human rights problem.
Embarrassing.
He went so far as to suggest that anyone who claims they need justice in Jamaica needs to have their head examined. I say this without relish. The Minister who holds both justice and the Constitution in his charge ought to be the last in this house to pronounce a nation's rights beyond reproach.
That's right.
The claim does not survive contact with the evidence, and not the opposition's evidence, but the sober finding of independent and international monitors. Consider the most recent United States Department country report on human rights practice for Jamaica. They said 111 fatalities. They said that we don't have system in place. They said that the same period, the Independent Commission of Investigation received 709 complaints to go with the 111 fatalities.
My God.
In that particular year.
My
well, the
God.
same body reporting describes lockup meant to hold a person for 48 hours, holding them longer than that. And our prisons are outdated. So this is where I quote my dad, Manley Augustus Buchanan. You hearing me? Yes. No go on so Chucky, no go on so. Because you know that Chucky no lucky. Human rights must never be seen as an ostrich with his head in the sand. It is not a strategy, but rather screams danger. Chucky, you're lucky. But, Madam Speaker, the Minister's entire answer to this catalogue was a single institution. Go, he said, to the Office of the Public Defender. Yet the Minister knows, or ought to know, the limits of the very remedy he offers. Because by law, the office cannot appear in court. It may only retain attorneys to act for those it assists. And this Parliament may lawfully disregard its findings and decline to act on its recommendation. A remedy that cannot enter the courtroom and whose conclusions the state may shelve at will is not proof that our rights are secure. It is a measure of how exposed they are. To direct the citizens to the door and declare the matter closed is to mistake the existence of a door for the safety of the
but it look like
house.
a positive for Paul Buchanan.
Can't live in a door, Chucky. You know, love me. Madam Speaker, this is precisely why the question belongs in debate.
Next month.
Mr. Speaker, the question belongs in debate on our Constitution. We cannot, in our breath, promise the people a new supreme law that strengthens the Charter of Fundamental Rights, and in the next deny those
say look like a positive for Mr. Buchanan. If Andrew is not coming, there's going to be a re-election.
Lead today, a republic worth the name is not founded on the declaration that the problem is solved. It is founded on the courage to name the problem and the will to meet it. Now, this Mr. Speaker, this brings to what they call a hot topic, and I bring the heat. Hear this. If the minister doubts the rights require vigilance, let him weigh a matter that is entirely new to our national life. This month, the government signed a memorandum of understanding with the United States under which persons removed from American soil So the third country nationals, neither Jamaican nor bound for Jamaica, are to be received here and held while they transit to a final destination. The Deputy Prime Minister has told the country that the agreement was approved by Cabinet and signed on the 10th of June, that the United States will pay for each migrant's initial stay, that as many as 25 persons may be received every fortnight, and that 6 of our Caribbean neighbors, Panama, Costa Rica, Belize, Antigua, St. Kitts, and Barbados, have entered into similar agreements. This is a profound step in the life of a small nation, and yet has not been brought to this House to be debated. The government points fairly to safeguards that Jamaica may refuse any individual and that either party may end the agreement at short notice, that there will be health screening, identity verification, criminal record checks and clearance from the National Intelligence Bureau, and that no person with a criminal record will be accepted. Those assurances are welcome,
Like and
and I
share the
do
life
not
for me, guys.
discourage
Thank
them.
you.
But an assurance is a promise, and this House exists to test promises against practice.
Of course. That's what they call accountability.
Who reviews a refusal, and on what criteria? What becomes of a person whom we receive but cannot move on? The minister himself concedes that those who elect to remain must apply to our courts for asylum, and there lies the problem, Mr. Speaker. The difficulty begins right there.
Right.
So the very international reporting the Justice Minister waved away describes a country with no clear procedure for the granting of asylum or refugee status and no consistent system to protect refugees. Each case in the government's own practice handled administratively one by one. We simply don't have a system in place and no legislation. Mr. Speaker, we need not imagine the test, for it arrived on our own shores this very week. On Monday, the 17 Haitian nationals, 10 men, 4 women and 3 children came ashore at Pasley Gardens in Port Antonio, in my constituency, and were taken into custody for health and immigration processing, their future, as I speak, uncertain. Here is the question the Republic must be able to answer. If we stand up screening, oversight, and accommodation funded from Washington for 25 persons transferred to us every fortnight, with what consistency, what due process, and what plain humanity do we need the 3 children that reach Portland in a boat? What? A nation's character is revealed not in the agreement it signs in a comfortable room, but in how it treats the frightened stranger who arrived unannounced.
You know what this is, man?
This is why the matter belongs to this debate and not merely in a press briefing.
Big up everybody for their life.
Jamaica, I will submit that Jamaica has a human rights problem. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
big human rights problem too.
A generation that has never tested
Alvaro,
its institutions is watching to see whether constitutional reform will be cosmetic or genuine. If we are opening the Constitution, let us be brave enough to address what the people have repeatedly told the posters they want. We must think of human dignity, we must think of the right to life, we must think of freedom of expression. But most importantly, when this book is opened and the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs starts to do this, we must think of term limits. We must think of fixed dates for general elections, integrity and campaign finance reform, constitutional entrenchment of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica and the Office of the Public Defender, areas where the opposition believes consensus is genuinely in reach. A settled answer on the nature of the presidency. Protection of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, ensuring that the new Constitution strengthens and never dilutes the rights our citizens already hold. Consideration of the rights of the Maroons on the 1738. We must take that head on. And Mr. Speaker, much of this ground has already been walked, and the opposition does not begin from zero. The Reform Committee has deliberated the form of the presidency, distinguishing an executive president from a purely ceremonial one. And it has favored Jamaican rather than Commonwealth citizenship as the qualification to
Them say
sit in our
27th.
parliament, with a test
Andrew,
of
let's go come
allegiance
up
for
with the
those
27th.
of dual citizenship.
They want to hear
We
inside
start
that
these
story.
conversations from consensus already built. The opposition asks only
That
that the
sounds very
government have the
positive to
nerve
me.
to carry that consensus the full distance,
27th
and the
next
generosity to add to it the reforms the people themselves keep asking for. Madam
If him not
Speaker,
come,
Mr.
whatever
Speaker,
them say,
every advance in our
there's
constitutional
gonna
history
be
has
an
been
election,
bipartisan.
a re-election.
Independence itself rested on the cooperation of Manley and Bustamante. The reforms of the 1990s carried the name of Petition and Seaga. The Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms in 2010, perhaps the final constitutional achievement of the modern era, was passed by a partnership between the Jamaica Labour Party, Prime Minister, and a People's National Party leader of opposition. Not one of these was the work of a single party in a single term. The Republic will be no different. It will be built by both sides, or it will not be built at all. And I would just say, our young people and the Constitution. And here, Madam Speaker, the two halves of my portfolio finally meet. The young Jamaican who cannot read at grade 4 will not read the Constitution we write. The unattached youth who believes the state has never protected him will not believe the Republic belongs to him. A new Constitution by us, of us, and for us is empty if a generation has been taught by experience that the
Score big with the Bird Shack Hat-Trick Meal. 3 pieces of chicken, wedges, and a drink.
promises are for, I not believe the Republic belongs to him. A new constitution by us, of us, and for us is empty if a generation has been taught by experience that the state's promises are for other people. So let civic education be real and not tokenistic. Mr. Speaker, if we want our young people to claim the Republic as their own, the youth voice on the Constitution must shape the outcome and not merely decorate the process. And the National Public Education Campaign on the Road to Republic must reach the child in the classroom in Fair Prospect and Haile Selassie High School, as surely as it reaches a platform here in Gordon House. Give the young a constitution they helped to write in a country that has kept its promise to them, and they will defend it for the rest of their lives.
That's right.
Mr. Speaker, in closing, context matters. The government has asked the country to trust it with transformation. The opposition asks the country to demand something more rigorous than trust, to demand evidence. Are our children safer in school? Are they protected from abuse? Are they learning to read and to count? Are our young people working? And will the constitution we hand them be the full inheritance of a free people, or half-finished decolonization that left the most practical sovereignty for another day? On youth, the opposition will hold this government to its own numbers and offer a better way. On the constitution, we extend our hand once more. Meet us, leader to leader. Bring back the bill in a forum that completes the work, and let this parliament, in which neither side can act alone, do together what neither side can do apart. Let us finish the unfinished circle of independence. May God grant this house the wisdom to discover what is right, the will to choose it, and the courage to see it through. I so submit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will say God on time, and to my friend, Minister of Justice. House Leader.
Yes, Jamaica, with us here, a very to-the-point speech from ISAT Buchanan. Man, now waste no time. Please like and share the video, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that is it. Let me see how much people still there. What? On the day, man, that means I go and run the parliament then. I go and run the parliament because on the day, I think so on the runner from the life. On the now move. I go and run the parliament then. I realize that Buchanan come
House leader. House leader. Just a reminder to those in the gallery, you are not in any way to disturb the proceeding. No clapping, no shouting, no banging.
We had a presentation from the member from Eastern Portland that did raise some points. However, at one time I wondered if he was the spokesperson on current affairs.
Then current affairs and everything.
With that said, with that said,
try to say something like
with that said,
everything, brother.
With that said, I will say for his first presentation in the House, we welcome his intervention. Mr. Speaker, we're going to continue in public business. I will take this opportunity to welcome the members from Eastern Portland. They were not here when I spoke earlier. And I'm very happy to see the students from Titchfield, which is among the best institutions in our country. A very, very good high school. Very good high school.
Yeah, I make that go on running about. Me come to talk about on this alive, you know. Over this I go and run and then do the thing and them a year with them a year. But me come to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Tufton. Yeah, Christopher Tufton have got to come to the front of the class, you know. Because when me are here right now, it's unbelievable. Jamaica, when you hear nurse them, when you hear nurse them run out, when you share up the live and like up the live there. When you not hear the nurse them run out brawling, I want my next phone there. I need my next phone. Oh, see that? I need my next phone. I need that phone there. A phone there, boy, I tell you, hey, see that phone there? You see all the glasses, so? That drop out. Anybody want to buy one phone? Anybody who can afford to sponsor one phone to that platform, yeah? I know the laptop rough. Laptop are going at about over 1,000 US. If not 1,000 US. But anybody want to buy more nice Samsung phone, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want an iPhone. I don't want no iPhone. They hit them a time when El Nino and knock, the iPhone them can't survive. So any what you call them? Destiny helpers out there that is listening to me right now. And it is coming upon your spirit to grant this request, and you're able to do so. This coming upon your heart, your willing heart. I don't want nobody to come, you understand? I want some real, genuine people like to support platform. I don't want nobody to come back and take you and tell me none of them foolishness. Genuine people will respect the platform. If you don't have it, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I will send you the address for my delivery overseas. When you send it to that address, it will come straight to me at my yard. And I can come on the platform and say, see there, such and such bless me with this gift. Here it is. Alright, my people? Yes. So you make me know if you guys are able to bless the platform in this manner. The number is 876-451-6535. That's 876-451-6535. I say again, 876-451-6535. Alright, my people? Yeah, man, that is it. Yeah. Sometimes I just throw that out there in the atmosphere. I don't know if that reaches somebody. But hey, may I be obedient to me to the thing, you understand? Anyway, let's get into the Christopher Tufton saga now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys are aware, if you heard, but the nurses at the UHWI came out today, and I'm telling you, the concerns that they highlighted should concern every single Jamaican. Right? Some of the stuff that I heard is simply unbelievable. It's like the more the nurses come out and they raise their voice in concert. What's up, Extreme Beauty? Me see up on one live, you know. When I scroll through TikTok, I see up on one live. Boy, you're active, man. You're active, bad. I love where you're going with that. That me encourage people to do, you know. The conversation needs to be continuous. You understand? To raise the conversation around the realities that is actually taking place in our country. And I salute, thank you so much, Extreme Beauty. And I salute everybody that is playing their part in this effort, because there's no contribution that is a small contribution. All of it is relevant. So big up Extreme Beauty and others on TikTok, we are doing the right thing. All of the other platforms, them I don't know all of them name. You understand what I say? But big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. All of us is important in this effort. You see me, big up Mr. Gill, big up yourself. Thank you so much. You're one of the silent supporters that you just come in and you just have beat up the like button and you share. Thank you so much for your support and other persons. At Denton Gill, big up yourself. Zine. So let's go to the clip, ladies and gentlemen. And I get a media release to, you know, when I go share with you, Zine. Yes, see it here.
Performing student.
Resuscitation on the dirty floor.
Yes.
They're asking us, furious nurses at the University Hospital of the West Indies took to protest this morning, decrying what they describe as unacceptable and long-standing poor working conditions. They say they have reached their breaking point and are calling for urgent action to address their long-standing concerns. Our reporter Anthony Atkinson was on location.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. We're here at the University Hospital, and as you can see behind me, it's not about the money, it's actually about how they're being treated and how the patients are being treated. No, we spoke to some nurses about how they're feeling, and they want to speak to the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton.
We are just limited in a lot of ways that we just cannot help. They're asking us to make wine out of water, and we are not Jesus. We have patients coming in from different hospitals. When does the door close to say that we cannot take any more patients? We know that you will like to keep up the status quo that we are the creme de la creme, but to be honest, we are under pressure and we're under siege by the amount of patients that are coming in, the limited resources that we have, the limited doctors that we have.
One nurse to 40 patients who is unstable is ridiculous. This is prison.
One nurse to 40 patients. All of the people on TikTok, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. The link is in the bio. One nurse to 40 patients, Jamaica. One nurse to... The lady said this is prison work. And you know, so they're not going to show her face. And you know, so then we target her. And she will lose her job. Thank you so much. Best man from France. Big up yourself. My God. Boy, the traders, them not easy, man. Man just come in and chat. They not follow me. And then start to advertise them trading. How disrespectful. Yes, not blessing. I hear the lady, man, play it again. Come like gonna know here when nurse them say a UHWI. What?
About how they're being treated and how the patients are being treated.
The nurse them say it's not about the money. We are under equipped. We're not, and them not get enough pay in Jamaica. But them must say, from principle, we not give a basket for carry water. We not try to tell you to turn water in a wine. Yes.
We spoke to some nurses about how they're feeling, and they want to speak to the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton.
We are just limited in a lot of ways that we just cannot help. They're asking us to make wine out of water, and we are not Jesus. We have patients coming in from different hospitals. When does the door close to say that we cannot take any more patients? We know that you will like to keep up the status quo that we are the creme de la creme, but to be honest, we are under pressure and we're understood by the amount of patients that are coming in, the limited resources that we have, the limited doctors that we have.
One nurse to 40 patient who is unstable is ridiculous. This is prison work. It don't make no sense. Right now you have over 105 patients in there. How much nurse over there? 9 staff still over there. Them don't go because what? They shift tired. Last night me work here with how much patient. And when me go, me mash up. We are nurses who care. We want to give the utmost care to the patients. We are not in a position to do that because we don't have the resources. We don't have the bed space. We have to have this patient come in. We have to put them on the bed at the resuscitation on the dirty floor.
Yes.
Jamaica, that part they lick me for 6. This is a plea for resources. These nurses sound very intelligent. Right now, I don't want my mother and no family member of mine have gone to hospital. Because the good nurse them, yeah, I've been saying it. My mother has been saying it for years. Come like my mother didn't know and see what going on in Jamaica. More than 8 years now, my mother say, you want to take care of yourself. Do not go to the hospital, get no herbs, all of them stuff there. My mother preached that to all her friends, them, me, my brother and my sister. And a joke thing. A long time my mother said, we cannot afford to go to the hospital. That has been my mother's hallmark for years. And thank God, me say it all the while, I gotta keep me. I say it all the time. Trish, what's up, mama? I say it all the time. God is the reason why I don't go to the hospital or no. Huh? In vigilant? No, man, God have to deal with them people, man. God have to deal with these people. I'm telling you. This is unbelievable what they're doing. You understand? I have people that supporting these things. And you know they support it until, how you doing, Carol G? How you doing, Mama? Canada, big up. Until it happens to their family. And then they start to cry out and bawl out. That is the time when they're going to care. You hear what the lady say? We want to take care of our patients, but we are not getting the equipment that we need. She's so intelligent. Listen to her. She's so, yo, mighty God.
Ridiculous. This is prison work. It don't make no sense. Right now you have over 105 patients in there. How much nurse over there? 9 staff still over there. Them don't go because what? They shift tired. Last night me work here with how much patient. And when me go, me mash up. We are nurses who care. We want to give the utmost care to the patients. We are not in a position to do that because we don't have the resources. We don't have the bed space. We have to have this patient come in. We have to put them on the bed at the resuscitation on the dirty floor.
Yes.
Them not coming with any infection, but after we done the resuscitation, then full of infection.
Yeah,
that is.
You know, hear that, Jamaica? The persons, them don't come to the hospital with no infection, you know. But after them have to deal with the people them in that condition, it worsens the situation and the person them get infection. Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine an institution where you're supposed to improve your health? You go there here in Jamaica and your health worsens. And people think say you can just stay and talk about this and not get angry. And I'm angry at you, the people of Jamaica. You know? Me see all on the day in the street at about and jump up for football. Meanwhile, if one of them get hurt in that crowd and forgot the hospital, dog, I'm gonna suffer. One of you take it to the streets about you not taking to the streets. But Brazil and Argentina, I'm a football lover, but man, mighty God, time and place, everything, man. Look around, read the room. Mama son what go on? Look around, read the room. FIFA is a big distraction. I said it from before. I didn't even know when football when I go start. Oh, me stop follow up them thing there. I never know say FIFA, you know, me need to follow it up. Soon as I see people start talk about it, me I say, yo, me make it clear on my platform. I say, hello, we are not going to be distracted by no FIFA, you know. It's not going to work. Madness. Total madness, Jamaica. There's no way we should allow that to distract us at this juncture in time. The lady said the people them come without an infection. And then when them leave out of the situation, them have an infection when them try to help them. because of the bad conditions of them there. Oh my God. What is next? You have a rat-infested hospital in a Montego Bay, and all of the hospital in a Kingston almost. We are here all type of problem about. Meanwhile, Andrew only take flights, and the country is deteriorating in every single way under his governance.
Patient comes in for stroke. The patient needs aspirin 325 high dose within that 4-hour time frame. How do we tell the patients that we don't have this? We need a time. We need a time.
Jamaica, want to hear that? A very specific treatment within a 4-hour period. How do you tell the patient that we don't have this? When I say Jamaica is in such a dilapidated state that we simply cannot afford to get sick. Though I'm not exaggerating. We cannot afford to be in an accident. We cannot afford to break with foot. We cannot afford to break with hand. You have to be treading softly and asking God for real-time protection to avoid all of these things. May God help us. May God help us. Whoa. I better tell you.
Say, this she's tired. Last night me work here with how much patient, and when me go, me mash up. We are nurses who care. We want to give the utmost care to the patients. We are not in a position to do that because we don't have the resources. We don't have the bed space. We have to have this patient come in. We have to put them on the bed at the resuscitation on the dirty floor. Yes. Them not coming with any infection, but after we done the resuscitation, them full of infection. That is nastiness. Patient comes in for stroke. The patient needs aspirin 325 high dose within that 4-hour time frame. How do we tell the patients that we don't have this? We need a time. We need a time to say this is going to be in place at this time. We know that it's not possible for everything to happen today. It's not feasible, it's realistic, but we need a time to say going forward, procurement is going to ensure that the resources are available, the major resources are available. Our needs are basic. We have to be making, my grandmother would say, make our hands turn fashion. We're tired of doing it. We have homes that we are doing that at already. We don't think we should be coming to work and be doing the same thing.
What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment, ladies and gentlemen. The people have to come into work to take their hand, make fashion, just like what they say when they're home. I want to when they're home, I have to do that, you know, that's your personal business. But you come to a place of work, somewhere that deals with public health. And they talk about they want Jamaica to be the destination for people to come and work and live. Under these conditions, which idiot would come to Jamaica to come work and live? Unless they can, I say it again, it has to be the people who are rich. As long as them can afford private hospital services. Okay, go ahead. I go link Jack then. But how much Jack then there Jamaica? And big up Mr. Dennis Garner anyway, you stand up. Prime quality facilities, ladies and gentlemen. Prime quality facilities under Jack Den. Dennis Garden. People's National Party. Yes? Meanwhile, these are the things happening in the public spaces. These are the things happening. And this is what? The second or third time the nurses have been protesting. There was a protest at the UHWI, man. But I don't think it was the hospital. I think it was the University of the West Indies. Right? But the hospital itself, the nurse them come out. But it's kind of intertwined because you know, so them have school and they have, you know, practical at the same time. But yo, man, I'm telling you, man, this is disgraceful, ladies and gentlemen. But there was a release. There was a release that I didn't have an opportunity to look at yet. This is the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, right? Internal shortage threaten patient safety. The Jamaica Medical Doctors Association inviting all doctors and supporters to wear blue tomorrow, Wednesday, June 24th. When I hear this, Jamaica? And that's tomorrow, you know, as a visible sign of solidarity with our interns who will be taking protest action. This is a call for urgent action to address long-standing concerns. The JMDA is bringing the public awareness to an ongoing issue that is plaguing the health sector. There has been a significant reduction in the number of interns who are working within the medical facility island-wide. This has created significant human resource and clinical challenges that pose substantial challenges to service delivery. It also has increased the psychological and physical toll on the medical teams. Jamaica, lack of access to actual good. Oh my God, wait a minute. Lack of access to good lack of access to good health care, no, and proper health care, no. You know, so that's a human rights violation. That is a human rights violation, you know. Lack of access to good education, you know, is also a human rights issue, you know. It's a human rights violation. So when you hear Delroy Chucky, Madman Chuck, I come talk about Jamaica doesn't have a human rights issue, and I hope we never have. What can I say? Hey, him should apologize to the nation. Him sit down in a parliament today when Isaac Buchanan attack and a grin off and a smile off his face. You want to see how the next one, she Marissa Dalrymple. I don't know what she not got for your yard, you know. Hey, she not like Isaac Buchanan, you know. Me said the woman hate Isaac Buchanan down to the ground when he walk on. I want to know if you go and look and observe the parliament and look when they catch Marissa Dalrymple. They can see envy in her eyes. What's up, Royal Empire? Where you going with? Where you deal with? A long time I don't hear from you, know. You see how I deal about that's a different thing. A long time I not have you up on the app here. You don't see what I go on with the nurse them? A UHWI. And the man will go protest tomorrow again. The intern them. So everything a bubble up in Jamaica. And guess what? Christopher Tufton is quiet. The man hiding in the darkness, in the shadows. And he just a play. The man just. And we look for Mr. Fenton Ferguson. Look how them fire the man. About his commentary on some dead babies. And Christopher Tufton before, in the last year before the election, at 25 dead babies in a 25 days. In a 1 month that happened. And Andrew Wallace cannot fire Christopher Tufton because the same reason why he cannot fire Dr. Andrew Wheatley. I was listening to PDTV, Media Connection today. Yeah, it's a fundamental human rights issue, Delphia. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I was listening to PDTV news earlier. And it was Head Boy that was on talking to Courtney. And Head Boy stated that the reason what happened at Belmont Road in the meeting, Andrew Wallace tried to pull the trigger to say that, and this is alleged, right? Tried to pull the trigger to say that, you know, Dr. Andrew Wheatley has to resign. I mean, here said the large man them come here and said Dr. Andrew Wheatley a large man too, you know. And I think Tufton a large man too, you know. I'll be a large man in the Jamaica Labour Party, a cult party, you know. We know some large people there by PMP, but I 1 and 2 them. You understand? That's our next conversation. What I'm saying is, me here say the man in circle Andrew Wheatley and say, hello, if him a resign, you have to resign, you know. You have to go resign. I also heard Jamaica, and this is alleged again. I heard that Darrell Vaz said that Andrew Wheatley need to resign. I said, Darrell Vaz, I must lie them at tell Van Bars, nothing can go so. The man will say, I would do it again. Broke the law where procurement is concerned and say, I would do it again. And Andrew only sit down side of him and say, I defend him too. Dr. Oren Cole, big up. I saw me here say Wheatley gets circled by the wagon of his supporters in the lodge. The cult activity. Yeah? I don't care what nobody say. Anything when that is not with God. I mean, I talk about the creator, the most high of the universe. Not Baal. Not none anything that is not with the creator of the universe. Outside of that are the devil. You understand what I deal with? Plain and straight. So I know, oh, you know, it's not, no, I don't want to hear it. The cult activity of the lodge. Now partaking in none of them. The brotherhood. Eh? We have heard stories, man. Very nasty stories. But anyway, moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I heard. D-Ball, big up yourself. Me here say the man them circle Andrew Wheatley, and tell Andrew, well, it's a bad man, you can't fire this man, you know? You have to fire yourself first. You understand? So we have one labor right to jump out. Goodbye. Oh boy, you know, I just love doing this. It's so satisfying. All the brave laborites that want to say 4-term loading, pop up on the head so we can get it erase from the comment section, please and thanks. Me not still like some other vlogger or some other independent people. I don't want to hear it. There's too much evidence for sure that this government is the worst government ever in the history. Anybody who support this party is a criminal. If you support the Jamaica Labour Party, you're a criminal. Tell anybody say me say so. You're a criminal. You support criminality. Point blank, period. Too much evidence, too much corruption. I want to stand up behind it the same way. I want to tear down this country. You understand what I did? Maureen, big up yourself. I want to tear down the country. Right? Now we want to question the Integrity Commission. And them have the audacity to come call the Integrity Commission amateur. Huh? What a thing. Them and then try to remove the Auditor General. You know, remember? Them try to remove the Auditor General, you know. KD. Momo. Mikana. Move the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission. And I remember when, what's her name again? Oh my God, the beautiful young lady. Miss Danielle Archer. I'm going to find the tape. But before I do, let me finish this. There's going to be a protest tomorrow. One Love, Maureen. Elaine, what's up, my darling? How you doing, baby? So there'll be a protest tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And this is an official release. A immediate Jamaica, see that? Official release. May I read from it? I got this. It was sent to me, right? And it says here that the JMBA is bringing public awareness to an ongoing. This is tomorrow, you know. And them say everybody for wear blue, I support the interns them. Bringing awareness to an ongoing issue that is plaguing the health sector. There has been a significant reduction in the number of interns who are working within the medical facilities island-wide. This has created significant human resource and clinical challenges and has posed substantial challenges to service delivery. It has also increased the psychological and physical toll on the medical term. In many facilities, our interns working for 24 to 32 hours period on alternate days. Mighty God. Great day. Big up yourself. Jamaica, when you hear that? The intern them where I go to school, I work 32. Isn't that slavery? Isn't that slavery? They are supposed to be there to learn. Right? Like and share up the life for me, YouTube. They are supposed to be there to learn, ladies and gentlemen. And you're telling me that these students have to be working 24 to 32 hours? That has to be a human rights violation again. There's no way. That is it. That's slavery. That is slavery. Human beings are supposed to work them the long hours there. Them the type of job there. We have to concentrate. We need a change right now. I don't know why this person is laughing, but it's irritating me. I'm about to careful man. Vilton Preddy. Declare yourself in a man. Yeah, I don't know what you're laughing about, but it's not funny. It's not funny at all. At all. Not even a little bit. Declare your position. You know, Bueno watch. If we didn't talk, you wouldn't be aware of what is going on. To even develop an emotional response. Or to actually reply to what we're saying. So I really take offense to individuals like you that come on the platform and try to diminish what we are actually doing, what myself and other colleagues are actually doing. Raising awareness. What needs to be done collectively is not a single person thing. The entire Jamaica has to wake up and understand that what is happening is affecting them and it's going to affect their kids down the line. So if I don't come and talk and others don't come and talk and we stop talking, what's going to happen? You're not going to be aware of what's going on and people will suffer in silence. So stop it. Stop coming and don't do it on my page. Stop coming and talking about all we're doing is talking. That's all we can do for now until the people then wake up. The people are asleep. And my effort is to wake them up. They are sleeping. Because all of the issues that we're talking about. Everybody's supposed to go down there with the pitney them, you know, with the intern them, you know. Tomorrow, you know. Everybody in a 5-mile radius of UHWI should be in the building. Right? On the street with those. Don't go work. Show the government sound serious. Because you see a man when they are working, something happened to him if you got the hospital. The thing not ready. It affects all of us. And people come on talking about all people doing is talking. And one thing me know, Marcus Garvey when I talk, all of the hear them when I talk. And through their talking, the people galvanized and move. The thing about Jamaica is the people them not moving. So our talking is not the problem, it's them not moving. Again, don't come in my comment section with that again. Yeah man, in a real life man, I'm sick of it now. Tired to hear them foolishness in the comment section. What are you doing? What are you doing with saying people? What are you doing? Are you even talking? Thank you so much, hey. Exactly my point. What you doing? Get the people them together and galvanize them no man and take it to the street no man. Since as you have these particular skills to get people to move, yes, go ahead and I will support you. Go ahead, demonstrate to us what it is that we should actually do and we will follow. What's up, Wiz? What's up, my baby? Yeah man, demonstrate to us what exactly we should do and we will follow. It's unbelievable these people, man. Come in the comment section with the nonsense, man. But I'm more than happy to oblige to make an example out of with the foolishness. Yes. So today in court, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you know what, let me call Derval again. Because he should be home now. Let me call Derval. Let me call Derval. Because if Derval live, you know, I'm going to join him, you know. Yeah, if Derval live, I'm going to join him. True. I will be joining him. Yes, because I want you and Mr. Buchanan not to say. So I'm going to call Mr. Derval there. because we want to hear the details from Mr. Buchanan. But in all intents and purposes, it appears as if it's a positive day for democracy. Based on how me asked Derval earlier. But I want to get the full understanding, Rich, of the situation. And something happening on the 27th of next month, where Anjones would have to come to court according to what Derval told me.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, my general, and I reach home it. He call the people them ask me what I go on, you know. So here we do. When I go live, you just send me one. Me live already on TikTok. So when I live, just send me one invite.
Yeah, man.
Because I want to hear what Mr. Buchanan I said to you, know.
Yeah, man.
Alright, my boss.
Yeah.
Patrick, where you say London was there? Where was London? Where was she? Remember, don't read that something here, because this is unbelievable. The student them work 32 hours Jamaica. 32 hours, 24 to 32 hours. 32 hours as a nurse, and these are trainees, you know, these are interns, you know. At school them are going, you know. Them is not an official nurse and doctor, you know. And them have to work 24 to 32 hours. Mighty God, this is slavery. This is slavery, I'm telling you. Oh, she did at the court. It's slavery, man. When we say Jamaica, anybody that's in a 5-mile radius of Kingston or 3-mile radius surrounding areas, when them protest, because most of them places they go on, you know. When them protest they are going, you're not supposed to miss it. Put more everybody if you come out. Everybody. People who live at a distance have an excuse. I believe there should be 4 protests happening at the same time. Every day. North, south, east, and west. All the center 5. Now in middle of Jamaica, the north side of Jamaica, the west of Jamaica, the east of Jamaica, and the south of Jamaica. Everywhere supposed to protest one time. Capitalism at its finest, man. Only hear Edmund Bartlett, come in and listen to him. Only listen to Edmund Bartlett earlier. When I move around, but me and my chat some gibberish and I beat in chest like say, what he has done in tourism is, you know, is helping the regular folk. And he's here to dismiss claims that the regular. No, when you listen to the people who are actually working at the place, them and I tell you the realities. I have family that work in these places. And they're telling you the realities. And when you have a member of parliament, we have a constituency where, I mean, the people them not have water in some of them places there. And them come out. You should. I couldn't walk with me head high in Jamaica. I would have shame. I would be ashamed, ladies and gentlemen. I could not, in good faith, walk with my head high and say, boy, I've done an excellent job. After several years, 3 decades, 2 decades in office, the constituency that I have been managing has no water. People born for 60 odd years, then they live, and there's no water access. No water in a pipe. And me coming to parliament to beat my chest, talking about I have won 6 terms, should be ashamed of himself. Honestly. Right? Who is here, ladies and gentlemen? She has something to say.
Greetings, my brother.
How you doing, Mama?
I'm so stressed out.
Yes.
And because, you know, let me tell you what they're doing. And I think they're purposely doing it. Yeah, every day is a different topic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even get to focus on one of the issues, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So by the next day is something else.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even finished talk about the situation with the deportees.
Yes.
And all of that.
No, let me tell you. Things are just that bad. It's not being orchestrated. These are the nurses them coming out, you know. And I say, yo, they are doing exactly what we asked them to do, you know, raise their voice in concern. It's not orchestrated. The country is just being badly managed. And it shows.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they shouldn't, I agree with the protest. I'm just saying, for me,
yeah,
it's like every day, it's like I'm stressed. I'm getting
it will stress you out. If you actually care, it will stress you out.
Yeah, it's a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And in regards to the protest, we have to have strong activists, like what they have in the United States. 14 parishes, yeah? You organize the people in the 14 parishes. You know, like in the United States, when you they know how to organize. You have to, it's not everybody has that skill, but I know it can be done. The skill that it requires or something to get at the people. The people are stressed out, the people are frustrated. And trust me, the people are talking, eh? They really are talking. Because when I talk to my mom and I talk to people, they're frustrated. You get me?
Rightfully so.
It might not seem that way because trust me, people are frustrated and people are upset, and it's like the ones that who are not really upset are the people who are gaining from this government. You understand?
Yes.
And they're gaining big time, so they don't really care.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the little people, the working people are suffering. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's mind-boggling. I mean, and we have a liar prime minister, you know, with no integrity. I don't know.
Terrible,
I'm just
man.
tired. I'm like, really am tired. I just came up here to say this. They can put me back in the comment section.
All right, mama.
And pick up yourself, because you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate that. One ways, you know. And I understand the frustration, ladies and gentlemen. This is my thing, and it's just my opinion. I believe what needs to happen, it has to be a spontaneous spark. If it's not spontaneous, if it's organized by the PMP, the people are just going to come out for one day. What is required to show a no voter confidence to this government is a all island frustration. You see what's going on in Albania? The people have been protesting every day for about 8 or 9 days now. And the protests have built up into different issues. Why are the people protesting? Because it's a corrupt government. Huh? Remember the what? Oh, yeah. Yes, mom. But I'm on the live right now. I can't do that. It's not possible. Right? So, man, listen. Let me just finish this here, man. Tomorrow, the 24th, as I say, the people in my protest, the young people themselves, they might work for 24 hours and 32 hours. Jesus have mercy. On alternate days, they are interns who are working up to 56 consecutive hours. What? 56 consecutive hours? These work schedules are inconsistent with regulations outlined in policy and procedure manual for the medical intern and senior house officer program. We are calling for the immediate cessation of these exploitative hours of work which violate these guidelines. We have received reports of our interns experiencing motor vehicle accidents and falling ill from sheer exhaustion. Jesus! Jamaica, wanna hear that? Imagine. Yeah, but if them a drive go work, and a drive come back home, after working 56 hours, you have no legs, you have no nervous system. All of those things have failed. Right? The sheer exhaustion I got have them a lock. Look who cool breeze blow upon you and I see they get comfortable. So people they actually have accidents because of that. Oh my God. Wow. 56 hours, Jamaica. 56 hours. Consecutive, that means straight, you know. Start, finish. 56 hours straight of work. And these places are overcrowded. Overcrowded. The development of clinical acumen during the internship period is threatened as medical officers have identified that our interns are unavailable to adequately own their key clinical skills because of the significant increase of workload associated with this decreased intern to service ratio. Let me read that again. The development of clinical acumen during the interim period is threatened as medical officers have identified that our interns are unable to adequately hone their key clinical skills because of the significant increase in workload associated with the decrease in intern service ratio. Also, the amount of time where that they actually have to work. Sweet Nova, we're doing Curious High, Bob's, we're doing Roa, big up. So the amount of time that people actually have to work, the interns, versus the time that they have to go to school to do their work, it's not the right ratio, and so it's messing up their actual main reason for becoming an intern, which is to learn, not go on a full 56-hour workload. Mighty God. While protests go on, patients still need help. Brother, something have to happen, bro. Something have to happen. In the most recent sitting of the MBBS program, the University of the West Indies, approximately 90 candidates successfully passed their examination, some of whom will be returning to their home countries based on our investigation. So the people, them not stay in Jamaica. After that experience, them not staying. It goes on to say that we do not project a significant increase in the number of candidates from the university until 2029. Without urgent intervention, the shortage of interns will continue to pressure an already strained healthcare system and the medical professionals who serve within it. Their absence places additional strain on the existing staff and contributes to increased workloads, longer working hours, and challenges in maintaining efficient service delivery. Given the essential nature of the interims to service delivery and the maintenance of the viable health system, we are calling upon the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Ministry of Finance and Public Service to urgently identify funding in the interest of patient care support. Support the following: 1, the creation of additional internship posts, temporary risk shifting through contracting of senior house officers and medical officers to sessions to supplement intern coverage, improvement in the rest and overnight facilities. Wow, that's a good one right there. These facilities are entirely absent. Whoa, wait a minute. Entirely absent in some institutions. That means they don't have none at all. Inadequate in others. That means it's not ready. They can, people. I mean, Lord Jesus. Woo, boy, I tell you, this is really just too much. So it's inadequate in others. It's not existent in some. And where interns are required to share beds and in some locations have experienced recurrent flooding with sewage and inadequate sanitation. Mighty God. No, when I think say it can't get worse and you continue to read, it just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Yes, I played it on the platform in Patrick. Emily Shields did not hold back, but she coming like what them say, she coming like a bamboo, she easy for blaze out, you know. Yeah, she easy for blaze out, you know. So it's not nothing of great substance in a year she attack. Nothing of great substance. So Christopher Tufton definitely need to resign. I think we need a resignation. The entire government need to resign, as a matter of fact. They are a failed state. But there are key players that need to resign now. And I think we need the Governor General needs to dissolve the government. and there needs to be a re-election. You understand what I deal with? Yeah, in a real life. Need to dissolve the government, and there needs to be a re-election, one that is focused on preventing corruption in the electoral process, every single rule and law. What is going on? Who that? Oh yeah, and they fold them. You think I want dog out there? You think I want dog now that stop everything and come over there and make sure so you get some big rock in their brains. You understand? Because we don't play with them enough. We don't want them in our place tomorrow and get chicken them. And they don't come from boy and they want to come sneak through this and sneak through that. Not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Martha. Where you say, Martha? Yo, Martha, I know Martha make me laugh. Yo, you know something genuinely not trying to be funny. No. Oh my God, I am genuinely not trying to be funny. When I read that comment a while ago, it made me laugh. She said, Bolo, your mighty God is funny. Ballot! Hey, big up Martha, you know, one of the strong supporters of the platform, you know what I mean? Big up yourself, Martha. Hey, Martha, show me. Martha, you show me off, Martha. Let me hear Peter about in saying in Parliament, because something like the Parliament that gets spicy, you know. Let me hear what I say.
We're way behind many other countries in the Caribbean when it comes to those at the bottom. But when it comes to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, there is no question of Melissa, there is no question of affordability.
Members, to perhaps take into account
a minimum, it doesn't.
Minister. Minister, you have to wait. There are two other mics. There are two other mics.
Let me hear Peter about that so they can get fixed. So go on.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I am happy to share what I pay my workers in wages, and I would not be embarrassed to state that amount in this house. But
hold on, the mama. More hear Peter Bunting say so.
About comparisons about increasing the minimum wage between.
That stir up Parliament, so me I wonder what one.
And you have to perhaps take into account, Mr. Speaker, the disastrous economy we inherited from that time.
Oh! That condemn. Okay.
That is the reason. That is the reason we could not increase it more. So that's the first point. But the second point is when we look at a comparison across the Caribbean. When we are paying the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, affordability is not a consideration. We have the highest paid Prime Minister and Cabinet in the entire English-speaking Caribbean.
That's a fact. Oh God, hold them with the fact.
However,
Hold them Peter Bunting.
When it comes to those at the bottom,
hold them Peter Bunting.
We're way behind the Bahamas. We're way behind the Barbados. We're way behind many other countries in the Caribbean. When it comes to those at the bottom. But when it comes to the Prime Minister and Cabinet, there is no question of Melissa. There is no question of affordability.
What foolishness! It was.
All members.
Member, are you seeing me on my feet?
I give back my Mr. Speaker.
Member, you may continue. If I have to rise again, I will use the standing order to deal with the situation.
You must talk about Mr. Speaker, recently we heard sectoral debates and we spoke about the danger of replacing the sugar plantation with the hotel plantation. And we're seeing a trend where in this country, the elites, whether they be political elites, whether they be economic elites, they are the ones that the system is designed to facilitate. And when I use the example of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet and the Ministers of State, I am not grudging anybody getting a fair wage. But I am saying, why is it when it comes to those levels, when the Minister of Finance stood up about retaining the best and the brightest, we must be willing to pay. But whenever the argument comes to create a safety net for the people at the bottom, suddenly we hear about Melissa, we hear about affordability, we hear about everything. None of those arguments are made when we're talking about it. So, Mr. Speaker, promises were made on political platforms. Those promises have been abandoned. The people have been scammed. The people have been scammed. The people have been fooled. They've been trapped. They have been stampified. And that is a disgrace.
Me say, hey, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Peter Bunting. That's a fact. No wonder they in a parliament and go on and a rain and tear and go on themselves. But Jamaica, where's the lie? Mama son, where is the lie? My goodness.
So if it's a parliament that them around our
a parliament are going on now, man. Parliament are going on now.
But I notice on the PNP them put out all them behave in there.
Yes.
And the PNP the facts to the Jamaican citizens. They behave like, they pick them up with
yeah, I really think, man.
Everything about about is a reality. So I could go and listen.
Zulika, just step on the floor.
I wish to start by making it very clear. We on this side welcome any fiscal relief that will benefit the most vulnerable amongst us. But I also believe, Mr. Speaker.
You, just you, building your app.
Reality amongst us. But I also believe, Mr. Speaker, that it is important that we inject a healthy dose of reality in this House.
Talk truth, Mama.
It is important that in making this announcement today, Mr. Speaker, the minister is essentially giving or announcing an increase from $16,000 to $17,000, $1,000 roughly per week. But when we break that down in simple terms and simple understanding, that only represents about $200 per day. That represents only a box juice, and it can't buy the patty.
Can't buy the patty,
Mr. Speaker. And so, just a moment, because let me be clear. I do not come with fire and brimstone today. I come from a place of concern as one who springs from the bowels of society. And so I understand, Mr. Speaker, that announcing a measly increase of roughly $200 per day is really an insult to the hardworking people of Jamaica who are struggling, who are fighting to survive. They are living from hand to mouth, and who are finding it difficult to understand how they're going to find tomorrow's meal. And so I come to you today, Mr. Speaker, from a place of concern. And against that background, I have two questions, and I hope that the minister might be prepared to provide an answer that is satisfactory. My first question, Mr. Speaker, is the minister prepared to consider tying the increase in minimum wage to the consumer price index, the CPI, which would allow for an annual automatic adjustment instead of sporadic or erratic announcements made at election time? And second, and finally, considering the history that we're all too familiar with, where companies have sought to utilize the loopholes in the law by miscategorizing workers as contractors, independent contractors, as opposed to employees, I rise to also ask the question whether the ministry is prepared, or what mechanism is the ministry contemplating to implement so as to provide protection against companies, including security companies, that would seek to miscategorize workers so as to avoid the statutory duties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Great question. Great question. That's a great question. Powerful contribution from the Queen of St. Elizabeth.
Member from St. Catherine, Southern. Southeastern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to make my contribution to this debate from not just a professional note, but a personal note, where I have friends who are rebuilding in the West. You use Hurricane Melissa as the reason why you cannot grant this extra $1,000 increase that you promised. But for those who need that extra $200 a day, those who you refuse to give the donation money to, but instead spend 1.8%. For those who you will neglect, where NARA is only for major infrastructural projects, where the Solidarity Program sent back $500 million rather than distribute to these people. You are using your contacts, your positions to benefit the wealthy friends among you. But you are using your position today to stop those who are still living under tarpaulins, who know that this is the only way they may help get some help to rebuild.
Point of order. Mr. Speaker,
Turn the mic on.
I rise on a point of order.
Yeah,
there are certain things that are allowable in a debate. They are held in standing order number 16, which speaks the content of speeches. One, the point of order is firstly that the speaker has been repetitious, and the point, yes, the member from Eastern Westmoreland raised a point that is being repeated by the member from St. Catherine. That's the first thing. The second point of order has to do with ascribing motive, which the member should never do. There is absolutely no need for a parliamentary debate to sink to the level where motive is being ascribed. Do not do it. All of us in this house. The motive that we would try to ascribe was about why it was being done and who it was being done for. So, no, don't do that. Those are my points of order.
Point of order accepted. Member, you may continue. Point of order accepted. You may continue. So please adjust your speech.
Record, Mr. Speaker, the banter coming from across the aisle was pointed towards Melissa being the cause.
Hold a minute, member. You're rising?
What we continue to do is explain out all of the things that we're saying and then say, okay, no. You just ruled. You ruled, it was clear, move on. Don't repeat and then move on. Move on.
Member? Member from St. Catherine. Member from St. Catherine Southeastern. Member from St. Catherine Eastern. I would have accepted the House Leader point of order. I am now asking you, to readdress the situation and move away from and continue your speech.
My point is anchored on the fact that the statements, official and off mic, that state that they cannot give the promised minimum wage because of the ravages of Hurricane Melissa. I am stating clearly that it is Hurricane Melissa why we ought to give the promised minimum wage increase, because it is the only thing that this government can give or has committed to give prior to the election. But now, with donations and all of the other funds that are available, they are giving the people nothing. Give them their increase. That is the only thing that you promised. You're giving them nothing else. That is all I am saying. And stop blaming Hurricane Melissa for everything.
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I must say that I am encouraged. I'm encouraged by the rigor and the passion of the conversation. I would have only hoped that we would have had more substantive responses, and we would not have allowed ourselves. We wouldn't have allowed ourselves to use this time when it's really about the people of Jamaica to jump into a political debate.
Brother, you don't care about no people of Jamaica. Move your blade out and go from us. You can't imagine $1,000 when they send them a promise to people. Then now about to give the people again, mama son. I that them argue about, you know. The one thing when them promise it, then everything when them promise the people in Jamaica, then they give them, you know. They look at $1,000 upon them pay. From 60, boy, hey. The people them, hey, when you labor right, you don't feel like dog doodle. You don't feel like feces.
Remember 32,000 they promised them, you know.
Yes.
32,000 they promised them. And then when promise to give them 1,000 on the 1st of July and then take it back from them.
Them take it back. Them take back the $1,000. The $1,000 they say they can't give people them. And Mr. Bunting had make the point. Yeah, Mr. Bunting had make the point. Uno get 300% because you don't want to retain the best and the brightest. Jamaica, let me explain something to you. Because I don't really want to hear nothing what that brother have to say. On the screen right now. Make it go and play upon mute. Let me explain something to you. It is quite simple. The actions of the individuals that you call your leaders, you have to make sure say it coincides with the things that them say. This government cannot be trusted. All they do is make excuses for not delivering what they said they would deliver. And you have allowed them, and if it was the People's National Party, would have blocked the road, would have burn tire. All of the labor writers, some big old stinking hypocrite will behave like that. I mean, I tell you that straight. Right? Anyone the PMP in a power and say, oh, them are going to raise the fear. Anyone PMP in a power and say, them are going to put $18 million tax power after Hurricane Melissa. Who that jump up and cause mayhem in the streets. But you sit down and make a party, suffer and suffer everybody else. Me say, man, me say anything you want to get. Any judgment to reach, you know. I ain't answer for you know. Me a hard in my heart. Me a walk around like when God did tell my mother to walk away from Sodom and Gomorrah and don't look back. So me a hard in my heart and walk around. Yes, I'm telling you. Zine, one promise the man they make, and the man them don't deliver upon the promise. And look how the man them $18 million worth of tax per week.
So what are the bolo? I tell me, say the people that withdraw the $1,000.
Yes, they say they can't give them, I eat them and argue about. Yes, they say they can't give them $200 a day. When name, hold on. Let me see if I can carry back. Because I take me the record it to you know. Listen what Peter Bunting has to write us. This is important. I mean, I want the people them over Bolo TBV feel like say, let me see who they in the comment section. While Patchy big up yourself, I don't want to feel like say me neglect you know. Through me I run the parliament, I say, oh, no, alright, you can go and listen. But listen to what Peter Bunting has said. Because it's a solid reason. Alright? So ladies and gentlemen, check out what Peter Bunting I mentioned right so because may I tell you say hold on the mama son, may I record this. Listen to Peter Bunting right so you know. May I go take up something for my mother and come back.
Thank you.
We'll soon come back my side.
Mr. Speaker, well, I am happy to share what I pay my workers in wages, and I would not be embarrassed to state that amount in this house. But the 2 points I want to make, I keep hearing about comparisons about the increase in the minimum wage between 2012 and 2016 or 2015. And you have to perhaps take into account, Mr. Speaker, the disastrous economy we inherited from that side. You walk into it. That is the reason. That is the reason we could not increase it more. So that's the first point. But the second point is when we look at a comparison across the Caribbean. When we are paying the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, affordability is not a consideration. We have the highest paid Prime Minister and Cabinet in the entire English-speaking Caribbean. However, when it comes to those at the bottom, we're way behind the Bahamas, we're way behind the Barbados, we're way behind many other countries in the Caribbean when it comes to those at the bottom. But when it comes to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, there is no question of Melissa, there is no question of affordability. Members, so even with that, so you guys want to give
Stand in order.
You must talk about Mr. Speaker. Recently, we heard sectoral debates, and we spoke about the danger of replacing
the sugar plantation with the hotel plantation. And we're seeing a trend where in this country, the elites, whether they be political elites, whether they be economic elites, they are the ones that the system is designed to facilitate. And when I use the example of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet and the Ministers of State, I am not grudging anybody getting a fair wage. But I am saying, why is it when it comes to those levels, when the Minister of Finance stood up about retaining the best and the brightest, we must be willing to pay. But whenever the argument comes to create a safety net for the people at the bottom, suddenly we hear about Melissa, we hear about affordability, we hear about everything. None of those arguments are made when we're talking about area.
Sound argument that.
So, Mr. Speaker, promises were made on political platform.
Yes.
Those promises have been abandoned. The people have been scammed.
Of course.
The people have been scammed. The people have been fooled. They've been chopped. They have been samfied. And that is a disgrace.
Disgrace. Let me find when Mr. Cause me missed the party, I know. Hold on, see Dr. Dayton Campbell.
To 32 over the
special. Oh, Jesus. Make me find the party Dr. Campbell say, and we are going to put in the party Dwayne Vaz as well for your reaction. Because it's too serious. Me never know say they must go on in a parliament while me there so do my thing. Because me not listening. I just have it there. Dr. Dayton Campbell make you know what go on as a cause. May I tell you, it's rough. It's rough.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the minister spoke and he made mention of the fact that the enactment of the Minimum Wage Act was in 1938, I had to immediately check to see whether or not that was indeed correct. And when I checked, I realized that it was enacted in 1938, but it didn't come into effect until 1975, thanks to Michael Joshua Manley.
My God, make them know my boss.
And so we can understand the origin of the Minimum Wage Act and the importance to this side of the aisle.
Yes.
To provide that level of protection
for the
to
poor,
those who are at the lowest scale.
Make them know.
On the employment ladder.
That's right.
And there's an important point that I want to make, Mr. Speaker. And that is, before we do an increase in the minimum wage, there are certain consultations that are normally recommended and required.
Yes.
And I think we need to stick strictly to those consultative measures prior to a recommendation of an increase. That will prevent a political party on the eve of an election.
Yes.
Going on a political platform.
Yes.
To just make a wanton announcement of an increase.
Yes.
That they then renege on for some reason or the other.
Yes.
When they get to government.
Dark truth will be general.
And so the government made the announcement on the eve of the last election.
Yes.
That they would, in their first budget, move the minimum wage from 16,000 to 18,500. They have today announced that it will actually be 1,000 as the increase on the 16,000 and not 2,500, representing only 40% of what was promised.
Yes.
Now, they said they would face the rest of it, you know. I hear the leader of government business saying face it in. But they actually said they would face the rest because they left it from 18.5 to get to 32 over the 4 years. I'm not speaking about that part of it. I'm not speaking about getting it to the 32 right now.
Yes.
I'm speaking about what was a clear commitment that it would have been moved to 18,500 in the first budget.
Yes.
Right? And having said so, and having won the election, what we now see is the Dr. and Jamaica Holness government reneging on the commitment to the working people of this country.
Yes. Yes.
So that is one. That is one. I have not forgotten Melissa. Mr. Speaker, you see, Mr. Speaker, because we have 30 minutes to contribute, I will indulge the members. I did not forget Melissa, Mr. Speaker. But since they want to talk about Melissa, this is the same administration that only spent 1.8% of donated funds on the people that were affected by Melissa.
Truth, no man.
So I don't know on what basis they are asking if we forget about Melissa. Because clearly they are either forgotten about the people of Western Jamaica or they are negligent in carrying out their duties to the people of Western Jamaica.
Yes, that's right.
No. So the first point is about the consultation and whether or not we should put that into law to prevent a recurrence of this situation. That's the first point.
Yes.
The second point, Mr. Speaker, is that as a country, both sides of the parliament, I'm sure, will agree that time has come now for us to move to a livable wage.
Yes.
Time has come now, Mr. Speaker, for us as a parliament to have the discussion about a livable wage.
Yes.
When we consider a livable wage, member from East Central St. Catherine, thank you for your attention. Mr. Speaker, when member, yes, member from East Central. Member from East Central, please. Mr. Speaker, when we think about the basic necessities, people need shelter. People need transportation.
Yes.
People need food.
Yes.
And people need utilities.
Water. Yes.
Those are 4 basic requirements that people need.
All right.
So when we speak of a minimum wage of 16,000 and then we gloat about that being a 174% increase over 2016, not taking into consideration the increase that has happened in housing costs, in transportation costs, in food costs, and in the cost of utilities.
Yes!
The member from East Kingston and Port Royal will be more than happy to inform this House that in 2016, it cost 25 US cents per kilowatt hour for electricity.
Yes.
That is now over 40 cents. Closer now to 50 cents.
Yes,
so you cannot ignore that reality when you are thinking about what the people of the country are facing.
That's right.
And I think too many members here, too many members here are comfortable in the eloquence of their home, the affluence of their home. They are comfortable under their ACs. They are comfortable with their big dinner. And they have forgotten about the people, the working class of this country.
That's right.
Junk and power. Junk and power. Junk and power. Mr. Speaker, another matter that requires urgent attention. We need to also consider this continuous practice of putting people on contract work. That is causing them not to have the benefit of some of the minimum things that we fought for as a labor movement many years ago. And those conditions that obtain prevents these persons from truly being able to liberate themselves and move from poverty to prosperity. So, Mr. Speaker, any increase, a government can always say that this is more than what it was. But context is always important. The notion to just say you can pay more is not that simple, you know, Mr. Speaker. Because how we are treating the people who are expected to pay is also important. So the teachers are now currently upset with the government. The police are upset. Up to today, there was a protest by some nurses over the conditions. And so we need to deal with those persons so that they are in a position that they can compensate their workers appropriately. No. Mr. Speaker, my simple point, to summarize what I'm saying. My simple point to summarize what my input in the discussion today is that we need to put in law
the requirement for the necessary consultation to take place so we can get the input from the stakeholders before we go and make a promise of an increase. That is necessary to prevent this continuous practice of a political party playing on the minds of the poor people of this country to get an advantage and then renege on their promise. That's the first point.
Shame, man.
My second point, and also a fundamental point, is that we need to look at a livable wage.
Yes.
What is required for somebody to live a basic quality of life? The minimum wage is not currently providing that solution because the increase that people are facing with the cost of shelter, the cost of transportation, the cost of food, and the cost of utility is causing persons not to be able to take care of themselves and their families. There are members here, they might be ashamed to admit it, but they have to be budgeting. There are members here who have to be budgeting because if they don't budget properly, they're going to run out of money before the month ends. So just spare a thought for those persons who are earning on the lower end. Only God knows how they are surviving.
That's right.
Dates
Member from St. Catherine Southern. Southeastern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to make my contribution to this debate from not just a professional note, but a personal note where I have friends who are rebuilding in the West. You use Hurricane Melissa as a reason why you cannot grant this extra $1,000 increase that you promised. But for those who need that extra $200 a day, those who you refuse to give the donation money to, but instead spend 1.8%. For those who you will neglect, where NARA is only for major infrastructural projects, where the Solidarity Program sent back $500 million rather than distribute to these people, you are using your contacts, your positions to benefit the wealthy friends among you. But you are using your position today to stop those who are still living under tarpaulins, who know that this is the only way they may help get some help to rebuild. Point of order. Pointed, Speaker, the banter coming from across the aisle was pointed towards Melissa being the cause.
Hold a minute, member.
Move on.
Member from St. Catherine. Member from St. Catherine Southeastern. Member from St. Catherine Eastern. I would have accepted the House Leader point of order. I am now asking you, to readdress the situation and move away from and continue your speech.
My point is anchored on the fact that the statements, official and off mic, that state that they cannot give the promised minimum wage because of the ravages of Hurricane Melissa. I am stating clearly that it is Hurricane Melissa why we ought to give the promised minimum wage increase, because it is the only thing that this government can give or has committed to give prior to the election. But now, with donations and all of the other funds that are available, they are giving the people nothing. Give them their increase. That is the only thing that you promised. You are giving them nothing else. That is all I am saying. And stop blaming Hurricane Melissa for everything.
Boy, may I tell you, say, them people here, them new people in the People's National Party, them is a dose of good medicine. I want to big up every last one of them. They are speaking the language of the people, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to go and listen to the parliament, don't like, share, and subscribe. Do over here with Durval, yeah, man. I see what I go on with Mr. Well, I'm going to make you hear still. Because I know so no one hear what I go on with Mr. Palmer.
It was given on the 5th.
I'm there with Mama Son, same way. See? So, let me just get the microphone up there to them. Like and share, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so Yes, Mama Son, you're there a long time with me. I'm there doing my recording. So talk to the people. Let them know your thoughts. Okay, I work at it. Okay, Mama Son. Yeah, man. Yes.
Stand down and the doctor come and repeat after make the big
Yes.
And them don't want them don't want him repeat back with the man where I say, yo, when it comes to people that won't give the promise of $1,000 extra, I take it back from them.
It'll beat them, man.
The people shall go there in the street.
Yes, it'll beat them. When me hear from my man there still. It look like them a read. Hold on, it look like them a read. I want if no more report come out. Hold on there.
That the in-house 2023-2026 product, the table of the House are the
Statement by ministers. Announcement.
Me soon turn it off, mommy.
laid on the table of the House are the following: annual report of the Tourism Product Development Company Limited for the financial year 2023-2024 and the income tax period of disaster relief payments, Hurricane Melissa Notice 2026 under the Income Tax Act. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Oh, me think I didn't. Me think I
bills brought from the Senate.
Me think I'm more IC report coming up.
Petitions.
Good evening, Shireen, Shelly. How you doing, baby? Go on through, Mama Son. Sorry about that. Thanks for your patience. Mama Son, where you? Oh, she did her work. Derval, where you say? Oh, she come on. Hold on. Yes. Why? They must know, man. They must know. Derval, come through me, General. At your time now. We need an update. We need a proper update.
Someone say, good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, my wonderful sugar plum mother. Yes, mother. And I want to say to all the people, the viewers, and all the supporters of them from day one, thank you. Your work paid and your result today. So people, first and foremost, people, I must thank the Court of Appeal for a good job today. And thank to the lawyer for a good job today. So people, it was a rough fight this morning, and the judge, she pick and draw iron, but guess what? It comes down to the ruling, Mr. Buchanan. You understand? And the court ruled down it to Mr. Buchanan. So next month, the 27th, is the final judgment, and Andrew is summoned to be in court, or else it's going to be a re-election or an early election.
So hold on, are that the judge say?
Yes.
Him have to come in front of the court. Why them say? Why them say him have to come in front of the court?
Because the information they get every time Andrew don't show up, but every time in town, and this is what have you. So the judge has to pay off that now. So they need him to speak into the court to give Finn's side.
Yes. Because some of the affidavit that is there in terms of evidence of what happened speaks to some things that he did.
Yes.
Oh.
And the lawyer hit some clean nail on the hammer today. So the judge kick back and look at themselves, and Sam and Andrew wants to be in court on the 27th of July.
So what you say? We couldn't get Mr. Buchanan on the show.
No, man, he gone somewhere.
Oh, he gone out. Okay.
He gone out today.
Well, here we go on now, Derval. Here we go on now. You see, anytime the general come on, me need you to call me, you know.
Yes.
Me need you to call me immediately and let me know, because me need to hear what he must say.
And I'm planning to get him on Mommy Live and your live and my live.
Yeah.
Because you guys are the foundation from day one out there with me, from the first day of the protest with me, was out there. I think who
Yeah, man, me just want, me not even free. Me just want dip on the live, brother. Me just want dip on the live, like me can come up in the box. Me no need to live. Me just want come up on the box. And if I am live, send me a giant button and make me join the live on the 2 screen, you know? So me can do the ear walk one and yes, more hear from the general because I mean, alright, so there was something that he said, Mr. Paul Buchanan when he did come on. Yes.
Andrew Wallace Judge, he come talk like.
You mean the liar? The liar.
Andrew Wallace lawyer said. She said, if Wallace lose, there will be politics and things and this and that. He mean to say, if Andrew Wallace will be aside as Prime Minister.
Also,
as Prime Minister, but what he tried to say to the judge, and the judge do not take that for the bypass.
Also, she had tried to say to the judge, say, you know, don't let this escalate into something where, you know, it becomes political. But it's a political issue.
And listen, well, she want the judge to continue to put stuff and judge. But the judge now judge up to 10 years.
Yes.
It has to be the last day, the 27, because this is going on for far too long now.
Right.
And need him seat. And the country is being taken care of. You understand? And the school is open. It's open.
Yes.
Education success. The
Wow.
children need to go to school. And if they need a center.
Son, here London 45 without when she come out of the court to say something. And Mr. Buck look so happy and the judge and the lawyer look happy.
So London was live?
No, yes, do a video. She did a report to them.
She did a video. So me can go on her TikTok now and find it.
Yeah, but she said later she tell you go down. She never finished explaining and them a laugh too. Mr. Buck laugh and the lawyer laugh and I say yes. So something good about
Yes. Because
you know the number for London?
Yeah, me have her number, man. Listen. Me a call her, man. Come listen. Mr. Buck, this said something. Remember when Mr. Buck this said Derval, when he did Pantika Live, him said the lawyers were arguing that it was too late when he put in the application. So what happened to that argument, the Derval?
I know. They're talking about court as well. They're talking about court that the late
See Tika there. Right, Tika there.
Is it talking about court as well? Talking about court as well. You put them and put my wife.
Tika walk one, baby.
Give me my wife.
Mama son walk one, my big sister. Mama son, I am new Jamaica.
She did her work, man. She did her work.
Man.
Oh, all right. Blessings, Mama son. Blessing. Evening, Bolo.
Blessings.
Well, the judge thought that.
Talk to the people. Everybody listen to you on YouTube. You know. Talk to the people. Tell them what go on.
The judge thought that Mr. Buchanan never filed late. And during the course, Mr. Buchanan, said Mr. Buchanan win today. And this will get a little complication along the way because this is it. One of the female judge know Mr. Buchanan from back then, over 27 years, but you know, like me, that no work. You don't go to a function, I either see somebody and hi and bye. However, Andrew Wallace lawyer, I don't know how she get the hint or how she first realize or know say the lawyer and the judge had known Mr. Buchanan. So what the lawyer did, the lawyer said that the judge are going to compromise the case because Mr. Buchanan.
Oh.
Yes.
So that was the lawyer's argument, and how did that go?
Man, judge threw out that man.
Oh! Out of order.
A foolishness that where she have come with.
Out of order.
It was a 3 judge for Andrew,
Yes.
and 3 judge Mr. Buchanan.
Mhm.
One of Andrew Oldness lawyer, I don't remember if I use small in name, but it's some small.
Mhm.
He was caught lying. So he was out of the court. As you hear London say, it did wild. It did wild for real. But Mr. the lawyer now, she knows, said she never, remember you coming to an appeal court, she said she never come with the documents for the case. So she want the case to put off until September. With September, that'll be 1 year. So you know if it put off till September, it would have too late. It would have already dropped out. So the judge tell her, no, she cannot put. It's a matter we have to deal with. And the judge put it back to the 27th because she's saying that she cannot make it back to court because she have a case and she will not be available on that date. So the judge tell her, so listen me, this is a matter what have to be dealt with. It's either it going to run over, it be awarded, or you present yourself in court to defend your client, which is Andrew Oldness.
Oh, so Andrew have to go present then.
Exactly.
Mighty God.
Now what we have now before the court. Now what we have now. What before the court now.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying that she cannot be present because she has complained about the judge, but she has said she cannot present on the next court date and she wanted to push back.
Oh, that are the judge, that are the lawyer?
Yeah, Andrew Oldness lawyer. She wanted to push back all the way down to September.
No, that can't work.
Exactly.
That
so
can't
Mr.
work.
Wildman had to stand on his feet. Darvalia was in there right through. Why you not explain?
No, man, yeah, listen, me, Tika. Tika, tell me where you are saying and then go back to Durval. Tell me where you know.
Yeah,
and then go back to Durval.
Mr. Wildman stand on his feet and say, Your Honor, because it was 1 male and 2 female. Your Honor, with all due respect, this case cannot be put, we cannot push back until September. It has to be dealt with come July 27 because him have a case, a big case, and he's putting it off for that date.
Yes.
So she have to make time to come at the court. So where it's happening now, Bolo, Andrew Oldness a try by time.
Yes. Time is up.
Right now, time is not on Andrew Oldness' side. Where him and Mr. Buchanan is concerned.
God.
Right now. So today, you the card today is a gain
yes.
for Mr. Buchanan
yes.
and Mr. U. Wildman. However, me try to get up, Mr. Buchanan or Mr. Wildman come more, explain it more. In the case know them can more, rock it together for them own.
Right. What me I go do? Me I go play. Me I go mute your mic. Me I go play with London 45 set in the video for you people.
Yes. Okay, Bolo, no problem.
And Miss Lawyer, Mr. Wildman, and guys, I'll let you know the rest of the story. It's a while, right? I'll tell you about it later. So, guys, I'm outside of the Supreme, the Court of Appeal with Mr. Buchanan and his lawyer, Mr. Wildman, and guys, it's a wild ride. When I get home, I'll let you know the rest of the story.
So it's quite clear that this was a good day for the Buchanan team. When you see London this excited, ladies and gentlemen, it's not for nothing. You understand? And she was present. That when me hear from Tika and Durval, now I'm understanding what took place more. So this is my understanding. The argument from Andrew Oldness's team was that, you know, he filed late. So the court said that is rubbish. So now we move on to the next phase. They have heard the arguments and the affidavits of Mr. Paul Buchanan. And now they're saying Andrew Oldness needs to come carry himself forward and let us hear his side of the story and his testimony. And if he doesn't make himself present next month, the 27th, and him lawyer don't make themselves present, by default, ladies and gentlemen, by default, we're going to have a re-election of Andrew Oldness's seat with Paul Buchanan. It's all smiles over the Buchanans, man. All smiles.
This morning, Bolo.
Yes.
We can know that this morning, if Andrew only show up, he will be defeated.
Yes.
Because this morning the judge them come on fire.
Yes.
Fire with the truth.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
We can see that the judge is tired of the hypocrisy and the corruption that Andrew only did. And I can see that.
Yes.
The people in the courthouse are tired of the lioness. And I can see that the frustration on the judge them ready to rule over the seat to Mr. Bob. Full time now. Work needs to be done over there. The school they need to open back over there. Education success. The children need to go back to school.
Yes.
We need our community center back over there. We need our old people and have the old people club over there. Mr. Buchanan, remember, the seat is yours. The 27th of this of next month, it will be the final day for the court.
Yes. Why may I tell you? Yes, Tita. Yes, Mama son.
You know, you teacher say, tell lie.
Mighty God, what an embarrassment.
Mr. Wildman never deal with the liar, good man. May I tell you?
Yeah, Mr. Wildman no play no. I mean, Mr. Wildman a liberate, you know.
Why me tell you something? If him a liberate, boy, me I tell you say, boy.
No, but me hear Mr. Paul Buchanan say it, but the man say, oh, this situation goes against the fundamentals of Constitution, and the man cannot stand with it. In principles, as a lawyer, will not allow him. Hello?
Pikachu.
Yes, me hear Mr. Buchanan say it. Mr. You Wildman a labor right. But the man cannot stand with this undemocratic, unconstitutional situation. As a lawyer, principle come first. Me respect him.
Yes.
Me respect him.
Let me tell you, Mr. Buchanan had Dr. Paul Burke was there. Arnold Brown was there. Mr. Wildman, I forgot the female lawyer, what's her name? Keisha Hills was there, and a couple other comrades was there outside, because a 10 person could have gone at the court and sit down and taking the proceeding. But let me tell you this, Mr. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail.
Yes.
And two-way this case here looking. It's either them award Mr. Buchanan or it's going to run over.
Yes.
If by now on the 27th, let us put it this way, that the judge get buyed out and it not look that direction there.
Yes.
Then you don't know, said Jamaica, there is really no law, Bolo. Because let me tell you this. When Mr. Small put across his case and Mr. Wildman put across his case and the three judge, they went in the chambers. They said you must give them a 5-minute break. When them come back, them shut him down. Mr. Wildman expose him, say him telling a lie.
Yes.
And he come out, him take Fim bag and Fim and him second come out of the court. So now it left to the female lawyer, now her name is Lisa. This is what she's telling the judge, that she never
Somebody a call me, come on.
Sue call you back, sir. She's saying that she never have the time to prepare the report to come to court today. Remember, you know, what? From yesterday. The court had gone from yesterday, you know. And everybody was putting across them point, you know. Them delayed yesterday, so today now, and when Mr. Buchanan go in.
My line hot. Tika line hot, man.
So, when Mr. Buchanan go in now, she was the one. She said, so the judge I tell her, I said, listen me, this case here has been going on long enough for you to I come today and I let the court know that you never get the time to do this or to do that.
Yeah.
You need to start right now to the other panel them and letting them know that the report need to come in a court come the 27th.
Yeah.
And you need to she will say, so Your Honor, we can't I want to come the 30th or the 31st. The judge said no. It cannot be the 30th or the 31st. It is the 27th of July.
God, what a niceness. You love it.
You tell us, for the whole time we out, when and then in our BOLO, the court adjourn. When the court adjourns, so we're outside now. About 45 minutes before we go back in, because the judge them locking at the chamber. And when the judge come out, the judge tell her, said, if you're not available the 27th of July, get somebody or make the time. Whatsoever case you have, get somebody for represent it, but you have to be here and be here with everything. So she was saying that Mr. Wildman never give no report of Mr. Buchanan. We don't call it now. It's when Mr. Buchanan put in the paper when the other judge said him file late.
Yes.
And Mr. Buchanan and Mr. Wildman pull it back and sure.
Yes.
Sure the court, Wildman said me have to send it in an email.
Yes.
And when Mr. Buchanan, when Mr. Wildman send it now in an email to somebody, one of the man at the pan, we don't know where you call them now. And they put it in them say Mr. Buchanan did not file late.
Compliant.
Yeah. So them say him never file late. Him file within 2 days before because you have 14 days after the election to put in.
Yeah, and them filing on 9 days.
Yeah, and him filing on 9 days. So right there and then, what I think the lawyer is doing is buying time.
Yes.
Evidence. I think the 27th, when them come out, them are going to come out firing.
Yes.
They are going to come and tell us something, Bolo. So Dervale, or whosoever did not the court can tell you. Every minute when Angel won this lawyer, I get them out the door because them get a call. Every minute them get a call. And when Mr. Wildman come out and Mr. Buchanan, when the case done, and we come out and door to door, and you want this liar, them not come out yet. And long after, the three of them, the two of them come out because the old man, the small, him gone left them.
Yes.
Type of embarrass himself already.
Yes.
So I tell you this, Jamaica. And I want to tell Andrew this. Let the law of the land prevail.
Yes.
Don't meddle in the justice because at the end of the day, we are not getting any representation in West Central St. Andrew from Andrew Holness. We the people know that Mr. Buchanan has beaten Andrew Holness in the September 3. We are there fighting for our rights and all me a beg you now, please do not meddle in the court of justice. Let justice prevail.
That's
Give
right.
Mr. Buchanan his fair chance.
Yes.
Give him his fair share. Andrew, if you are listening, anyone of your people them are listening, because I know I'm not listening, I know I'm not listening. Andrew, if you feel like say, or you know, say you not defeat, you defeat Mr. Buchanan September 3, give way a run over.
It's not up to him anymore. Tika not up to him anymore. It's up to the courts.
It is up to the court now.
Yes.
I remember, if by any chance the court miss up come the 27th,
Privy Council.
we're going to England.
Yes.
We're going straight to
Yes.
England. Because the process has already been started.
Yes.
To head towards England.
That is it.
That's what you say. West Central St. Andrew and Mr. Buchanan, we ain't giving up. This is not what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Mr. Paul
Buchanan. Yes.
You're dealing with a small giant. You hear them say small ox, small big tree.
Little David.
Exactly. It's Mr. Buchanan. And we're not stopping. Because guess what? No money.
Yes.
Not dirty enough to buy weed.
That is
no
it.
Money.
Can't sell out.
No man can't come with nothing. The only thing me ask you now, let the law of the land prevail.
Yes.
Let the law of the land prevail, because we know why the other judge is not on this panel. I'm not gonna say it on the live, but I will say Mr. Tavares, Commissioner of Police, you don't know why this judge here is not sitting there today.
Mighty God.
Let the law of the land prevail.
Then Tika. Me no want to cut you, but me have to cut you. Then based off how Mr. Paul Buchanan said, the same commissioner have to come and quote to man.
Everybody has to come.
They have to explain what really go on with the light go out.
What really happened? Where did the box them
JPS.
go? Why did the box them turn up them empty?
Digicel.
Why them lines don't go?
Mighty
and the rest
God.
of because Mr. Buchanan was leading. Well, everybody know. So Taylor-based Pentecostal basic school at the first box we reach at the polling station. Different from Kayaba polling station out of the counting center. Then after that, Safe Ride come in.
Yes.
DuPont, assist all of them school because they are closer.
Mm-hmm.
They are closer. Seaward box come in shortly after DuPont, because Seaward and DuPont are neck and neck.
Yes.
Mullines box and the last box them always come in.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, Mullines box them disappear. And what appear seems to be empty. Remember, we have 3 divisions in our West Central St. Andrew. That is Civ Right, Olympic, and Mullines. As we speak now, Mullines is the only division where have a sitting councillor. The first in the history of the election, Mullines holds such a little bit of vote.
Yes.
First in history, remember, we have 2 JLP councillor and 1 PMP councillor. So Mullines was Mr. Buchanan's stronghold, and Andrew Wallace, you managed to demolish that. You and that man there from Israel, alongside Flo and Digicel. Flo and Digicel, who not gonna come at the front of the line too, Everybody are come 1-1.
Yes.
Come 1-1, 2-2. But everybody come in to the front of the line. All me ask you now, let the law of the land prevail. Let Mr. Buchanan get his fair charge. Because guess what now? Guess what, Bolo? And it haven't been with Mr. Andrew Wallace lawyer today, where she come, where she said, well, we conflict of interest in a case because the judge know Mr. Buchanan, blah, 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 blah. Would I get the verdict would have come out today, The verdict would have read today, We don't know what we're standing on. We don't know, but what she was trying to do is push it back to September.
Yes.
So when she pushes to September now, them all drawn out, blah, blah, blah. Because this is what Andrew Wallace lawyer them is doing. They are drawing out the case.
Yeah.
Because them realize and them know that it's a win-win case. There is no more strategy.
Yes.
The lawyer that can pull. Andrew Wallace lawyer can pull now.
Yeah, because the argument about him filing late, that gone through the window, that are the only thing they did have.
That gone through the window. And guess what? It was the judge who is not on the case now. She was the one who said it. And she's the one who's allegedly in a relationship with the commissioner of police. Tavares Finson.
What? Mighty God. And she said that.
You check it.
And she said that.
So you check it. Remember, she don't even listen to Mr. Wiseman case. She make her own assumption. Said Mr. Buchanan filed too late. And when Mr. Wildman asks under what clause did Mr. Buchanan file it? She couldn't explain because she knew she was telling a lie.
Mighty God. Wow. Wow.
She knew she was telling a lie.
Wow.
But listen me, all is not lost. Hope is still here.
Yes.
You know, I'm really send up the more.
Yeah, man.
Until I get Mr. Buchanan.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna try. If it's not a night now, but sometime tomorrow, we're gonna try because your platform is a big platform. Sometime tomorrow, I'm gonna try and get Mr. Buchanan and Mr. Wildman.
Yeah, man.
Give me a half hour for more break it down and explain. So anyway, I make any mistake, any error, then we'll come and fit it. Right?
Yes.
So tomorrow, definitely I will do that.
Derval, you have my number, Tika?
No.
Derval or Mama San can give me number, yeah?
Yeah, man, I really. Derval, something I can do my phone now, it flow for my chin.
All right.
It's a good look and our son and Bolo, and I want to say Bolo.
It was a good look. I'm going to tell you something. You see the video where London do? You see how Mr. Buchanan and Mr. Wildman was smiling?
Yes. That tell me everything what I need to know.
Me not exaggerate.
Yes.
Me not make up what I'm telling you.
Yes.
It was a good look.
Yes.
Yes. As to Tika, my wife said, the judge that was into a relationship with the Commissioner of Police. You understand? When I say no alleged, because we charged.
Use the word
allegedly. We don't know nothing about that. Allegedly. Yes.
I know what allegedly. You understand?
Yes.
In a relationship. You understand? But people, may say to the justice system, let justice prevail.
Yes.
Let justice prevail in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let justice prevail because if the
Derval, what you do this man, what you do yesterday before you go a parliament? No fast and pray. No fast and pray before you go to parliament. That's all we need to continue to do.
Yeah, if we just break it, we go on the fasting, Daniel fasting.
Yeah, man. That's all we need to do. God is in control. Mama San wants to say something. When they're done.
Nobody know Bolo. Before me come up this morning, Bolo, the voice of the Lord said to me, Derval, and 92 and them.
Yes.
And touch the two side of the wall before the Buchanan go up here. I was done, but if you take a call me, I tell her a lie that we don't leave out yet. I'm leave out long time. I'm going from 7:30.
Yes.
And I pray, I'm kneel down in the middle of the road and say, Father God, if you don't grab Mr. Buchanan to the Father God, you're not my Lord. You know what I mean? Yeah, but check him so. But the Father God would pray that it's Father God.
Yes, the ball out.
And
yes.
He I say, because the Derval, are you going to pray? We say, yes, because I will be in there looking more from this. You understand?
Yes.
I'm going to challenge God. I'm going to challenge God on the case here. Instead of going there, the said judge that allegedly into a relationship with the Commissioner of Police to look at me. And so that I hear one, I put her here on the left side, and she said, Jesus Christ, judgment on the whole does. And then, you want to come in, I'm in the iron face. And, you know, I'm going to show you how God goes. I never know say my wife I come towards me, Tika. When they come this morning, I never know say she. I say, good afternoon, miss. I want me here to fight. I say, blow, wow. I like the look, my wife. I like the look. And people, I tell people, my time Bolo for making this platform. Make we come over here so we can make the voice be heard. But thank Mama Sam, my mother. Today we are fighting, and my mother fight the good fight with Mr. Bob. My wife, I thank you, my wife, for being there for us. And I thank all of my team, my protest team, who come out here. They never leave us from day one. They're out there with me. And we come out, so they say, victory, Derval. Tika, Mr. Bob, they're there with me. I want to say thanks to all the Jamaican people. speaker, them to all the blogger them who there with me, but the 27 blogger who never get finance show because victory, justice will prevail. And there'll be a new Jamaica and a new consequence over by my wife's consequence. The people never go back to school, the people get them at one meal back again, the old people they taking care of. We have to make sure everything be and chat over there.
Alright.
If I go over there and sleep on the sidewalk and see my wife eat, we'll sleep there, take care of people over there. We'll make sure everything is alright.
Alright, Derval. Mama son, close we out here, mama.
Mama son jumped up. Oh, yes. Why you pray for me? Pray about the prophet. What the prophet said by this year.
Oh yes, it come like you read my mind, you know.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I'm not going to have a pray back.
Yes.
And to Africa come down.
Yes. Yes, it come like you read my mind.
We cannot talk and I want to come back home and people are threatening us and we can't come back home because I talk for my country. We have to go pray and make God remove him and him going to get removed. So pray about that, the prophecy. Kind of go fulfill him to by this year.
Yeah, by before 2027. Yeah, man. Me a play it back, man. Go and talk to you until me find him. Me a play it back.
Alright. But all me can say now, people. All me can tell you now. And all me I tell Andrew. Andrew, select somebody from now. Select somebody from now to stand in the position of the Prime Minister. Because come the 27th of July, you will know the outcome.
But can you imagine? Not even 1 year. Not even 1 year. What a thing. July, August, September. Not even 1 year. Hey, God no normal, you know?
And the lawyer who come in, the last lawyer who come in, and it's just a lie.
Lisa, we know me never get her last name, Durban. Lisa,
Mrs. Lisa, you come inside the court, come before the judge, and it's just a lie. Make sure the 27, you don't back answer and turn around the lie them. Tell the lie them, see me we tell today. Tell the lie them, see me 27 we tell today. You understand, because you must think yourself more and more. Lisa, get a grip on yourself. Stop making Andrews use you because I'm going to throw you right under the bus. 27. If it's good.
But you stay there right under the bus, she come.
Right under the bus. Because Lisa, remember Lisa? Me, Durban know you, Lisa. And then you could look around at the back. Remember Lisa, when you say you're not body Lisa, when you say you come around donkey Lisa, any case you go and them lose Lisa. But Lisa, tell the lady see me Lisa because Andrew ever say, you are telling the 27 in court. He's not going to alone. He's not going to alone.
You don't have to worry about her lie. Can you see every lie will tell us how a wild man come doing things. So she can't do whatsoever she please and tell her. But tell her something. You see, in a court, them always say, and the bigger liar tell. And thus far, she not prove herself as one of the biggest liars. So, God will deal with she. God will deal with she. But we are telling you this West Central St. Listen me. The West Central St. Andrew.
The Western.
From 1997, we're under Andrew Holness regime. We have little or nothing for sure in our West Central St. Andrew. A Chinese school bill that is not of Andrew Holness. It was a gift given to the constituency by Portia Simpson Miller. The Civic Center, where now Andrew Holness operates as an office, was given to the community as a gift from Tanquil. Now people are putting this to own. After 30 odd years, but a poor representation, what it is that you know that choose if Mr. Buchanan or when Mr. Buchanan get a run over or Mr. Buchanan gets. Because it can't go either ways, you know. We now go build the hopes and say, yeah, it can't go either. It can't get it, it can run over, or it can lose it, just the same. So we are asking the people now. with 4 schools, 3 basic schools and 1 remedial school in our West Central St. Andrew. I don't think it's time for get rid of Andrew Wallace. A time for Mr. Paul Buchanan now. We should have had him from September 3. But because of this thieving man here and his wickedness and his continual, him continue.
On that note.
Here and put we under bondage.
On that note.
Let me tell you now, Vera. I feel like off West Central St. Andrew.
Stick a pin, Tika, right there, so that are the perfect place, because we're going to go biblical now. Make the people hear this. Mute to the mic. Right there, so we are going right now. We are going right at the biblical part of it. Prophetic part of it. We don't listen to this.
Partnering with the revivalists. Partnering. So woe be unto those who are partnering.
Yes, mommy.
With the revivalists. Partnering. Hallelujah, with the Rastafarians. Partnering with the New Agers in the so-called interfaith collaboration. The Lord says, I am not a part of it. And I shall show open signs of my displeasure, say the Lord. Again, count 40 days from October 28th, when Melissa made landfall. The Lord says, watch my hand.
Watch my hand.
Watch my finger as I move across this nation. And so this again is an open call to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Remember, the prophetic word is that your victory shall be a Pyrrhic victory.
Pyrrhic.
And if you think you see turmoil and hardship and difficulties, you ain't seen anything yet, say the Lord. For the longer you take to comply with my instructions, the more difficult it will be for you to govern the nation. The Lord says, I will make your brief tenure. Hallelujah, that's very interesting. I will make your brief tenure tenuous, say the Lord. Tenuous and painful, say the Lord. You still have the chance to listen to my voice. The Lord says, I have exposed you to my servants of the Lord over the years. You know the authentic vessels of God. Align yourself with them so that I, the Lord God, can extend grace, mercy, and favor to you so that you will be able to navigate or lead this nation through this moment of unprecedented crisis. The Lord says, worse is up ahead if Jamaica does not turn. Worse is up ahead if Jamaica does not turn. Let me say it one more time. Worse is up ahead if Jamaica does not turn.
You not done this yet?
Not if Jamaica is to be changed, because we know Jamaica has been changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points. One of them, finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister.
Finally.
And it might seem like a pipe dream. I'm smiling because those of us who are able to see in the realm of the spirit, we have some interesting developments coming this year that will trigger changes politically, which will take many by surprise because there are those who think that they are around forever and they can stay as long as they want. We shall see what we shall see.
Hello.
That's all I'm going to say. We shall see what we shall see. So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways, not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica.
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time. God will use external interference in the affairs of Jamaica in order to set things right.
Yes.
Since we have leaders who think
yes,
nobody like them.
Yes.
And they have put themselves in power.
Yes.
Through corrupt practices. We have a system of election where persons are to be duly elected. And they corrupt the system. So what God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. What shall you see?
Yes.
External intervention in addition to continued disasters of different types.
Yes.
So we shall see what we shall see. This is going to be a pivotal year which will pave the way for what will manifest in 2027. So we continue to pray the process through. Jamaica, prepare it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you the things and events that is happening with Mr. Paul Buchanan does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. I've been following this prophecy for quite some time now. And I'm watching with bated breath to see how God is going to make all of it unfold. For those that have been here from, how long were they upon the live? 8 hours and 33 minutes. So pick up on yourself. Sooner or later, the word is love. You understand? Yeah, we're going to end the live this one. Tika and Mama Son, everybody, any final words?
Alright, Bob. My final word is Pharaoh.
Let my people go. That is it, Mama. That is it.
That is my final
That
word.
is it. That is it. That is it. I'm sorry, so I never get London, but you know, must busy.
Yeah, man, London put out fair thing when she up. But as I say, tomorrow, I'm gonna get Mr. Buchanan.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Anytime, I'm gonna remind him. You already tell him today already.
Yes.
So, and I think we feel like you're a platform for doing podcasts.
Respect.
So, tomorrow, I'll get Mr. Buchanan to give you a one-on-one.
Yeah, man.
Where we can more explain.
Yes.
It better when me just, when me
Where
and Durban just, whatever. So, you don't have to worry yourself.
No, man, me not worry, man. Me not worry, man.
Tomorrow, people just tune in.
All right.
Mr. Buchanan will be here.
Yes, he called it a Pyrrhic victory. It's a victory that he better never did win. Painful. It cost too much. Come at too much of a great loss. So it's a Pyrrhic victory. And you hear the man say, leaders will use corrupt practices to win election. There ever have anything to say before me end in life? Mama son, I have to go move here now. No. Mama son, Derval, you don't have anything to say before me end in life?
Later, man, later.
All right, Mama, big up yourself. Derval, look more here. Respect, the word is love. That is it. How would this? Tasha 928, how would this? First, me I say, but I think I see her in the comment section one time. Tasha 928, what's up? Talk to me fast, they have a minute.
What's up, Tika? And Durban, me late. What happened to me, Mr. Buchanan?
No, you have to go watch me YouTube. You have to subscribe to me YouTube. Me go upload the conversation right now, make one thumbnail and drop it. You have to watch me YouTube. They in the description of my video. In my page.
I never gonna have YouTube.
Yeah, man, go to.
I always listen to you every time, but you know, through the PNP, I'm always on there.
Yes, but what may I say? Go to the TikTok right there, so. The link to me YouTube is in the bio. Anybody who want to follow me, I don't want to watch the full conversation a while ago. I listened to the full conversation a while ago. And I'm going to post it right now. Right now. The link is in the description here.
The link is in the description?
Yeah, man, of my page. Alright? Respect. Look more. Later, guys. Appreciate you. YouTube, later. Zine, thanks for coming.